Good day, everybody. How are you? Yes, I am the tropical shirt wearing t-shirt Dave guy. How are you? Welcome to the channel. We got a lot we can talk about today. We won't get too excited until people get in here. So you just hang loose and hang on with us. Oops, I did something bad. So, no, maybe I'm all right. There we go. All right. So if you're new to the group, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. You know, all of those good things you're supposed to do. Go back, watch some of our videos. We even encourage you to donate money to our PayPal account. The link is on the page if you like what we do. I'm trying to buy my wife a beautiful house. So if you want to contribute that, that'd be great. E-bacon at its best, boys and girls. Woo! It is definitely warm. I mean, I'm in America right now. It's hot. 96, 97 degrees. So we're indoors versus being outdoors where we can all die of heat stroke. I do have a wonderful American glass of iced tea. Oh man, that's some good stuff in the heat, let me tell you. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Well, I'm in my office, as you can see, my studio, my office, my messy area. Trying to get some things done. We've had a busy month with everything, so I'm trying to get some things done. I got to make some videos, so I've been trying to work on that because I want to entertain you guys for the rest of your lives. I got to keep making videos, right? So, where was I? Here I am. I'm working on that this week. We got a lot going on at our house this week, a lot of little chores and do's. Man, we've just been busy. We got to be busy. Today's Monday, right? Today's trash day. As you guys all know who follow us, Mondays are trash days. So, if you care, I don't know, you may not care, but I care. You know, I care very much. I got the trash taken out, so I'm good there. Trying to get the kitchen cleaned up a little bit. Trying to make a list of things we got to do this month, the rest of the month of July and through August. I know looks like there's some parties and things coming up that my wife was talking about, wanting to go to, and I don't particularly like the people, but I guess if she wants to go to them, you know, it's all right, right? Is that okay with you guys? What do you think? If there's a party and you don't really want to go, but your wife likes the people, you know, should you go with them or should you just let the wife go by themselves? So hello, Montez. Montez, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in and giving us a thumbs up today. How old? Well, let me question you this way, my young friend. My friend, how old do you think I am? That's the real question. And I will tell you how old I am. I have no problem with that. I'm just curious, how would you think I am? So, Kai's in the house. How are you, Kai? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up. Dennis, I would not go. Well, good. Well, I don't want to go either, Dennis, to be honest. Because I think the people are fake. And I'm not going to name them or anything because I know a lot of our people in our community watch me. I'm not going to name them. They don't invite my wife to anything unless it's an event where they need birthday gifts. So that kind of bugs me, you know what I mean? So, hello, Guy, Dennis, everybody said hello to each other. Montez says 57. Kai says 21. I am 49 years old. That's how old I am, 49. We need names. No, it's just, you know how I am. I don't put. If my wife wants to go, she can go. I just feel bad because, you know, a lot of these people only reach out to you when they want birthday gifts, and it kind of just pisses me off, you know. But that's just me. So my wife was a little mad at me earlier because she was telling me all about it, and I'm like, oh, are these the people that never talk to us unless they want birthday gifts? You know. So. Guy says, now I'm 51. Well, what did I tell you a second ago? I was 49. Today I identify as 49 years of age. So, gifts or free food? Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. They probably want us to bring food, right? And which, you know, that's all part of potlucks. Everybody brings a dish. I mean, my wife's going to one to this weekend, and to a potluck, which is fine because but you know, and I'll tell you, it's kind of weird, Dennis, to be honest. Let's see, Zoel's in the house. Hello, so everybody say hello to each other. By the way, if you have YouTube channels, tell me where you're from, what country you're from, what state are you from. What do you think about the beautiful man that you're looking at in front of you with his beautiful t-shirt on? Because it's so hot. But my wife's going to one this weekend, which is fine. The lady seems nice, but they're having a potluck, right? But this is a lady that never seems to bring anything to potlucks, if you know what I mean. So it was one of those people that never really, you know, when you have an event, they show up, but they don't bring anything. But they take stuff home. If we don't bring, we don't take home. And to be honest, we don't take home anyway. So, because usually the food has been left out, you know, at room temperature air for hours, you know, and I don't like to get sick and eat bacteria. So, Jordan TV, nice. Zoel Jordan TV. I'm Jordan, originally from the Philippines. Which part of the Philippines? Good to have you here. And thank you. And do you have a YouTube channel? What's going on? What do you do on your YouTube channel? Can't stake the fake user people. Me either. I know it's kind of part of the system here in America. It's kind of part of the Filipino community. And maybe a broader community. I don't like it either. But it's kind of entrenched, right? Yeah, I don't play well either. You know, and I've told you guys all that. The fact that what I do when we host parties, when I host a party here with my wife, one thing, we host parties differently, as you guys all know. And I try to role model the appropriate behavior that I would like everybody to follow at parties. You know, I do that. I'm very, very big on that. You're from Bacol and Negros Occidental. Nice. Very nice. My wife is from Cebu, Mandawi, and we have land over there in the great land of Cebu ourselves. So good to have you. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Appreciate that. So, you know, it's kind of like if you see it on parties, I make a place for the men to hang out. I make sure the men all know each other. I've been to a lot of parties where I go there and show up, nobody speaks to me. A lot of the host men are just drunk, you know, out somewhere, and I'm like a sore thumb, and I hate that. So when we have parties here, that's what we do. The other big thing I do with parties here in America with our Filipino community is I try to make sure everybody eats all they want before they take anything home. Because you know how they get out the Ziploc bags immediately and start loading them, like, wait a minute, nobody's eating. You know, we got to feed everybody. We got people still coming. So we're not taking food and putting it in your car while we got people who haven't got here yet to eat. So just wait. So thank you for saying hello to my wife. I just sent her off to work. My wife is one of those women that likes to work, which is great. She makes decent money. I wish she could work from home. My dream is that my wife would work from home, making good money. So she has an office so that she could work from home is what I really like. And then that way we could be more free to go and do things. So meaning I'd like to move to another state, and it would be easier if my wife had an online job, because then when we move, since I'm retired, right, it doesn't matter when we buy another house whether she has a job or not, because she has a job. It's not a factor because she has one. So it'd be kind of nice, but we'll do what we can do. It is. I don't mind packing people up food. I really don't. I think it's fine because it's going to go to waste otherwise. But I don't like them taking it before everybody's eaten. My hat's crooked today. So I don't like it when they take it and people have not eaten their share. because I'm really big on that. I had to, and I learned this over the years, because, I taught college and I put on these really large, very successful events, conferences. And I've known this in the Filipino community, which drives me crazy. But at the college, we had a big event, and it was catered. I hired, we had a catering company. We had 300 people there. So we catered in lunch, and I did this every year, so I had a system down. So we did this every year. Catered in lunch. The people that registered for the conference, their money went to go pay for the lunch, right? So the conference always only costed like $20 or $25. And they got provided lunch and snacks and all that. So it wasn't a business making thing. And what pissed me off was I found my campus security guards and police officers stealing food before the 300 people got to eat what they paid for. Pissed me off, it still pisses me off today. Pissed me off today. And Zoe, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to catch you and subscribe to your channel, by the way. So we'll check your channel out in a second, and once I get done ranting here. So I caught them in the act of taking plates of catfish and potato salad and corn salad back to the security office out of the food that was covered up and the caterers were setting it up. And they were coming in it, and boy, it pissed me off. And I raised ungodly hell at that college. I went up the ladder everywhere saying, this is absolutely unacceptable. If there's anything left over, you can ask if you can have some. But don't be stealing food before the people that paid for it gets to eat the damn shit, you freaking thieves. All right, enough of my rant about that, boy. You're going to get me fired up. Don't get me fired up. Woo! All right. HTRN is in the house. Hello. Hey, you guys go check out. I'm going to pull your channel up, Zoe. Have you guys checked out Zoel's channel? I got to remember how to do it on my desktop because I'm not very smart. Go to channel. Hit the go to channel button. Let's see your channel. Let's talk about your channel. Dennis. Zoel looks like a young lady. She has 3,800. Wow, big channel, about the size of mine, actually. Wow, you're doing good. You got a great channel going. Looks like you like to cook. Woohoo! Ooh, look at that lasagna. Now, got a kitty cat, some candy, some fruits. So you guys, please go check her channel out and support her and subscribe to her. And you know what I'm gonna do, young lady, if you don't mind, I'll tell you what, I like your channel. So I'm gonna make you a moderator on mine, turn you blue. And what I will tell you is this. When anybody who's blue on my channel, they don't have to ask permission to drop the link of their channel. So if you come in a week and I'm ranting and raving and you want to say hi and just drop your link, you're welcome to do it. I have enough confidence in myself and what I do that it's okay if you guys want to drop your link or links without asking. It's not a big deal to me, all right? So feel free to do that. So I turned you blue there. And that might make it easier for everybody else to go subscribe to your channel. And of course, we hope that you in return will do the same. Help us, subscribe and do well. So, but anyway, so how's everybody doing today? What's going on? Henry, what are you up to today? I know it's hot in Mississippi because it's hot as hell in Arkansas. I think we're at 96 degrees. So I got some work to do in the garage. Because I got a bunch of stuff in my garage I need to sell, put on Facebook Marketplace. I got some leather chairs, vintage leather chairs, that I'm going to put on there for a couple $1,000s. And then I got a couple things that are only worth like 20 bucks. So that's not HTN, not Henry. HTRN. Yeah, HTRN, right? HTRN is Henry. I think he changed his initials again. Or am I wrong? Yeah, see? It's Henry. Right, Henry? Give me a thumbs up, Henry. So he just changed his moniker again. So this way the girls can't track him, hiding from the women folk. So yeah, so I got to do that today. I try to hide from the women folk. Oh man, let me tell you. Man, it was funny. I did a fishing video the other day, or live stream, and that was really enjoyable. We had some people up from Miami, Florida. Some of you guys may have been online when she came over. And I just thought of it. We had this group of people from Miami that had never fished before, and they bought all this new fishing equipment out of Walmart, right? And they had no clue how to fish. And so I taught this one girl how to set up her pole and all that, and they had a great time. But I just thought it was so funny that people from Miami, Florida, she said they've never fished before. So a whole bunch of people there. Thank you, Henry. So, yes. So, that was exciting. I get distracted. We went and ate pizza last night. We went to a new restaurant with my friend Jovan and his wife, Michelle. She's the little Filipino couple that has a baby on the way. And I finally decided to call them the Giovannis. His name is Jovan. So, and I've done some videos with him where he's talked about immigration and stuff and bringing his wife over and all that mess. So he's on some of my stuff. But I decided because I can't figure out what cool name to call them instead of calling them the little people or I don't know. So I decided to call them the Giovannis. How's that? Vi doesn't show up anymore. Too busy with all the kids. She stops by once in a while. She was here the other day, Dennis. I think she is busy with stuff. The last I talked to her, she seemed to be working with the kids a lot. But no, she's been stopping by. She usually only stops in for about 5 minutes or so, says hi, then she's usually off to her own live stream. So, but yeah, she's together. She just got monetized today, so she's so very excited about that. Nice. Well, congratulations to her for getting monetized. She'll probably find that it's not worth it. It's a pain in the ass. You don't make any money off of YouTube. You make money off of donations and product endorsement type of things. And wish I had some. But when it comes now, if you get some good viral videos and you get some good things going, if you get up around 10 to 25,000 subscribers, then you might start rolling in a little bit of money every month. But we barely make enough money to cover the internet cost, and probably maybe a little bit more than that every month. So we don't make a lot. Yeah, she'll find out. It's even MJ. They think they're monetized now. They're up to almost 2,000 subscribers. And of course, when you're in a foreign country, countries pay differently. Third world countries pay you a lot less. And so her IPA address or whatever you call that is in the Philippines. So she's not going to earn as much money for the same commercial as I would. Miss Chang is in the house. Hello. Good to see you. Thank you. How are you? What's going on in your world? Tell us about yourself. I am from the United States, America. My wife is from the Philippines. My dog is a German dog, but she was born in America too. So it looks like you don't really have a YouTube channel going yet. Well, that's all right. We thank you for coming in and subscribing to us. And if you want to go up and look in the chat and subscribe to other channels, I would appreciate that very, very much. Voss is in the house. Eat a big burrito for us. I'm not really big on burritos, to be honest. I don't like tortillas because they're gummy. I don't like, they gum up, and I don't like that. So I do like the insides of burritos, I guess. I like, I don't know. Mexican food is crazy, right? Because it's about the same, 10 ingredients, just rearranged in 10 different ways. But no, last night what we did is we went to a place called, Woodfire Pizza. Woodfire Pizza, I think, or Woodfire Stone Pizza. I don't know. One of the two. We went there with our friends just to hang out, and we ate pizza. We ate, they had really good Korean barbecue-style chicken wings, and I don't like chicken wings, but we ordered those as an appetizer. The sauce was really good. Really, really good sauce. And then we ordered some like pita, sliced toasted bread with some different dips, and that was okay. The food was okay. It wasn't anything spectacular at all, but it was good. Woodstone, I don't know. Dennis, I'm going to tell you because that bothers me. Woodstone, is that where we went? Did you see the video? Do you know, Dennis? Yeah, that's it. Okay, is this it? I'm looking at the address to see, because I know where I drove to. Yeah, School Avenue. Yeah, it's called Woodstone Craft Pizza, is what it was called. So, you know, a little bit of a shout out to it. Woodstone Craft Pizza. You know, it wasn't anything spectacular, but it was truly a nice place. I mean, to hang out, and, you know, the food was good, but just normal. But it was clean, pleasant. The waiter was nice. You know, I mean, it was good. It was good for just hanging out. But the food was just, you know, normal. Let's see. Boss says, you should eat food for us. Well, I would eat food, but you got to make a super chat. If you want, I got food right here on my desk. And if you want me to eat it, just super chat me some money. Henry, I'm just about done with car, so hopefully it's going to be back on the road in a few. Oh, great. I'm glad you're getting your car back up and running. So that's great. Adam is in the house. Yo to Adam. Adam, how are you? What's going on in your world? Where are you from? So, boss, we are from the United States. If I didn't tell you, where are you from? You have a YouTube channel or anything? Do you anything like that? Go up here and subscribe to our channel and Zoel's channel for me, please. And Jordan's channel. Be nice of you. So, we thought it was okay. You know, you're in South Carolina, Adam's in South Carolina. I like South Carolina. We almost moved there. We almost bought a place in Myrtle Beach because we really liked it. But it's like where we live, it's too cold in the winter. So we didn't do it. So I was listening. Thank you for that. We all got to work together to be great. I'll tell you, the Stone Pizza place. Here's what we bought. So we bought one normal pizza. I think it was like a meat lover's pizza. And it was just normal good pizza. It wasn't crappy pizza like Pizza Hut or, you know, those. It was just like homemade pizza. So it's not bad. And then we had a hors d'oeuvre of chicken wings. I think there was 8 chicken wings. And then we had another thing of bread with 3 different dips, like pimento cheese, hummus, and a cream cheese type dip. And we had waters all the way around. And then we had a cheesecake, which I ate. And we had a couple of non-alcoholic specialty drinks. And the bill was about $75. And when we go with our friends, Jovan and Michelle, what we do, since they're really like family to us, we just order whatever we want and we share it all. And then him and I just split the bill 50-50, no matter what, whoever ordered. So it cost us, what, about $35 plus tip. So I think mine last night was around $45. So we each gave them $10 tip. So, are you the best YouTuber? Well, I try to be, yes, Adam. And thank you for recognizing that at least I could be close to being the best YouTuber. I wish, you know, I was a Mr. Beast who had all the money and subscribers. I wish I could get to 10,000 subscribers, but I'm working on it. I will say, I think I'm one of the best because of this reason. And I like to say this. My channel doesn't care where you're from, what country you're from. I don't care. I don't care what religion you are or what religion you are not. Don't care. I don't care what sex you are. Everybody is welcome to my channel. We're not going to bully people. We're not going to criticize people. We're not going to attack other cultures. We're going to build people up and make them all better. So whether you like me or not, and I'm very straightforward if you're new to me, and I don't have a problem telling you point blankly with the way it is. The way the cow chews the cabbage, as my granny used to say. But that's one thing I think is great about our channel. We're very inclusive, and we believe in supporting and helping others on YouTube, but also just in general. And we also believe that good deeds don't need to be published, you know. So that's right, really. You like that? All right. Identify as a human Philippine Haiti man. Well, let me tell you. All right. I know my wife's not watching because it's too early in the day and she doesn't know I'm live, so she's not spying on us. My wife goes to Dennis, and all of you guys can help me with this, especially if you're married and or a Filipina like Jordan. My wife is going to make a really big purchase, Dennis, down the road here. She's finally saving up enough to get that King Louis purse she wants really bad. And so later she's going to buy one. So she needs a little bit more money, so she's saving up for it, right? But she goes through these phases where she kind of gets a shopping bug, where, you know, she wants, like today she brought up, oh, we should buy, and she knows that I'm not really into spending. I'm trying to be better about not wasting money, right? So I'm trying to get money in the bank. We paid a lot of money out this month because of like car insurance, property taxes, a lot of extra stuff we don't normally pay. So I've kind of told her, you know, let's take a chill, and I want to do some certain things, so we're trying to get on the same page. And but today I could tell she's like, oh, well, maybe, because she knows I don't want to buy anything, but she knows Lily, our dog, how soft-hearted I am with our dog. She's like, oh, well, maybe we should buy this for Lily and that for Lily. And I'm like, nah, why don't we just wait and see? So she goes through these phases, and I don't know if other wives do this, where she's really good about, I don't want to buy anything. And then all of a sudden she's bored. She starts getting on the phone and shopping. She's like, oh, well, and she's got all these things in the shopping cart. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh, let's see, our little friend who I can't pronounce with the big G says hello to everybody. Looney Tunes in the house. It's getting, I'm getting the hot water going, bubble bath. Good. I like bubble baths. I like them very much. I got a jacuzzi tub. The only thing I'll tell you, I'm going to deviate and talk about that in a second. Love taking hot baths. Yep. I agree. So what you need if you're old is one of those walk-in jacuzzi tubs. When we build and or buy our next house, this house would cost me too much money to remodel the bathroom. So we'd really like to buy a different house that I can, you know, fix and put a handicap bathroom in there because I'll need it. But one of the things I'm looking forward to is putting in one of those walk-in jacuzzi tubs versus having to sink down into a jacuzzi tub, then try to get your big old ass out of the jacuzzi tub. So that's, you know, a little troubling for me. But that's all right. I can deal with it. I think I poisoned myself, by the way. I was doing some work in the yard. I think these are splinters. I need to operate on myself. But so my wife sometimes goes, and today and late last night when we were watching TV, I could tell, you know, and so I don't know how to get them out of that besides just saying no. What I did was I tried to redirect her attention. So Filipina, bye. Good morning, everybody. How are you, young lady? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. How are you? Dennis was asking about you earlier. But, and so I told her, I said, well, instead of worrying about buying something that we don't really need, why don't you think about what you're going to buy for our friend Michelle's baby in the spring, right? So maybe that will get her, you know, something to focus on. So, thanks, HTRN, yes. That was for me. Probably Dennis. Adam says, you are a great man. Well, I don't know about that, but I try to be. I try to every day be a better man. I know I'm not, but it never hurts. And if you guys haven't subscribed to Bye, please do that. Bye, we have another Filipina in the house, Zoe Jordan's TV. If you guys don't know each other, please hook up with her. So, Adam, I think it's part of our duty to ourselves to try to be better. You know what I mean? So Adam has a YouTube channel, a little bitty one, with about 4 subscribers, so not very active, but maybe you guys can go and subscribe. So, let me see here. Well, young Miss Bye says, Dennis! I love you, Papa Dennis, Dennis, Dennis. She's sending her love to the old guy, her old guy. So, God says you are. Well, God says a lot of things. And to be honest, and this is not to offend anybody, but then again, I don't care if I offend people. I'm not worried so much about what God says. I'm worried about what I do. I think it's more important to lead by example, to show action, and not, just talk a good game. So I'm one of those it's like that. How is the YT channel going? Henry's Arm Candy. Bye. Young Mr. Dennis is asking how your YouTube channel is going. What's your number? I think Henry said earlier you just got monetized. So congratulations for that. That's cool. I need to go pull this up real quick. Well, now Henry, I think Dennis was asking Bai how her channel was going. I think he was asking her. I don't think he was asking you. Well, that lady's running in 96 degrees heat. She's dumb. It's what, 4:30? You got somebody out here running, and man, that lady's going to have a heat stroke and fall over dead. That's right. She can support you. That's right. Yeah, I like it. I like my wife working. I do. I like it. I like it. I do. I really do like it. But yeah, I think it's more important what you think about yourself, what you feel about yourself, and what you do in reality, versus talking a good game. And I'm not saying God's talking a good game. I'm just reminding everybody, look, we got to try to be better and do better for ourselves, not for anybody else. And if you're okay with yourself, I thought she had 9 kids. Dennis, did she lose 3 kids? I thought you were always teasing her about having 9 kids. Maybe she lost or 125 kids. There you go. Got that right. How's the flooding in the Philippines? Is the flooding going down? Does anybody know? The last I saw, Cebu had a lot of rain and flooding. So, but Cebu is always a mess. She sold 3 of them. Well, all right. Maybe traded them for a new goat. That's what I would have done. And Henry says, I will be right back. But yeah, I would have got goats in the Philippines, had them goats. I think we bought some lamb over the weekend. We bought lamb over the weekend, so we're gonna maybe cook lamb one day. Now, I know that's not a goat, but it's kind of close. They look similar, but I don't know. So that's what we're doing. We got a lot going on, and a lot we're doing. I think we got a lot of stuff that we don't need, so we got to get rid of some stuff. I got to clean up my garage. I'm really disappointed in how crowded it's become. And I'm going to go bike riding tonight. So I got my e-bike out. I've been having my ribs have been messed up for the last couple of months, and I don't know why. Something happened. But I finally decided the other day to get my e-bike that I bought last. My hat is crooked, guys. Do I look silly with my hat crooked? And just so you know, if you see me looking this away or that away, like this, it's because I got a big monitor here and it's easier for me to read the chat. Papa Dennis says, how did you do it? How did you do it? How? So we got the e-bike out the other day, and here's what was shocking. The battery never ran down. So when I parked it last winter, it had 2 bars on the battery. I turned it on and rode it around my neighborhood the other night, and it had 2 bars on it, and it held. So I was really impressed that it didn't lose any energy over the winter just sitting there. So, but I charged it up the other day. It's dusty as can be. Man, that lady's gonna stroke it. She's fat like me. Fat people shouldn't run out in the heat. I'm just telling you. So hopefully she won't fall dead in my yard. Go fall dead in somebody else's yard. But so I got the e-bike out. I need to kind of hose it down. Maybe I'll do that later and clean it up. I'm going to try to start bike riding. And I got my bike rack out, and but I got to get some exercise and try to. But my ribs are a little bit better, so I'm hoping I can get out there and use the e-bike more. And so I'm going to try that tonight. It's one thing I'm going to do. I got a lawnmower that I need to get pulled out, hosed off, degreased and cleaned, and put on the Facebook Marketplace. I got to get that out of here. I don't need it. I don't use it. It works just fine. But since I don't mow my own yard, I have to pay somebody to do it because I can't physically do it. I need to get rid of that, and that'll save me some space. So we got some house cleaning in the garage to do. Now, I got goats for my mowing. There you go. A lot of people do it. You know, there's videos out there of these people that you can rent their goats to cut down a field, right? Have you seen that? You know, videos where the guy brings over his like 8 goats and 10 sheep, and they let them loose. Yeah, look, I'm cleaning out my wounds. You guys can't see that, but I got stabbed a couple times when I was doing some yard work, and apparently I got splinters in there. Sure. I just dug that out, and I got that one to do. I wonder if I could bill myself. Sir, sorry, I need to say bye, good night, everybody in the chats. Love to stay long, but it's time here. I know it's bright and early for you guys. You're in the middle of the night. Support, visit soon. Thank you. Appreciate you coming in, and we'll visit your channel and do it the right way shortly. So I'll watch a video or two, comment, leave some thumbs up, and then I will subscribe to your channel for you, all right? So we appreciate you coming in. We do. So I'm cleaning out these wounds that has apparently dirt or tree stuff in them. I'm just wondering if I could go to the doctor. I mean, if I could bill my insurance company for my operation that I'm doing. I do go, by the way, if anybody cares, I know you don't. Wednesday, I got to go have my pacemaker checked. Ooh, that is a big one. I wish you guys could see this. Here, I'll show you. You guys see that one right there? That's like dirt or a splinter. I think it's a stick. So I got to cut it out. See, watch. Probably get banned off the internet for operating without a medical license. Yeah, see that? So what I'm doing is just digging around in there. There we go. See right there. I got it. Can you see it? See it? That's what was in my hand. See it? There you go. I operated on myself. There you go. Free entertainment. Watch operations happening live. Let's see. What's going on here? I missed something? When did you and Henry getting hitched? That's a good question. Thank you. Oh, no worries. No worries. I don't know. Ask HTN. Maybe when he's coming here. Is he coming there? When's he coming? Is he coming? Does he got an airline ticket bought yet? We've been talking to somebody else about that. Oh, I got a story to tell you guys. How about when you get married? Time for you to settle down. Well, Dennis? What, Dennis settle down? Man, what? I would be sad if Dennis settled down. I like Dennis being single. I like him being a man dog. I like him going out there and chasing the women. I like it. It's good entertainment for me. I don't want Dennis to get married. Need to spread the love. There you go. He said on October or November. All right. Nice. There's a news story that hit out here in America just recently, the last couple of days. There was, I don't want to get the number wrong. 16 or 18 Filipinos who were arrested, removed off of a cruise ship, and deported and blacklisted for 10 years from America. So, why buy and have fun? Yes, how long is he staying for? That's a good question. That's a real good question. So apparently what happened was, and there's a lot of people that are up in arms. The Democrats are up in arms because they don't like the fact that we kicked these people out of the country. So they worked on a cruise ship. They landed in Virginia at the port, one of the ports in Virginia. Apparently they had, these 18 Filipinos had legal documents and work visas. They were all properly legally able to work on the cruise ship and in American territorial waters. But the problem was they apparently had and was sharing pictures of children, if you know what I mean. And so the United States government went on board, grabbed these 18 Filipino men that were legally in America, legally working, deported their butts, and banned them from the United States for 10 years, revoked their visas. And so he said 2 months or more, wow. Maybe he's just going to move in with you, and maybe that's it. He's like, woohoo, my Filipina bye, she's got a house and a farm and 39 kids that needs taken care of, and she's got a motorcycle. So, yeah, can we have a little Henry soon, or a little bye, maybe both, maybe twins, right? So, but yeah, you never know. So I thought that was interesting in the news. Around here anyway, they're like, oh, America's deporting Filipinos. Well, that's, it's not the whole story. One, they were not, permanent residents or anything here. They worked on a cruise ship that had a port in America. So, she's interested in having kids, Dennis. You see that, right? And that's what that means. She's like, oh yeah, I could have a lot of little babies. Man, we got a friend who's pregnated now. Michelle, you guys know the Giovannis. The Giovannis are pregnated. And that's one thing we kind of did at dinner last night was we talked about, she asked a lot of questions because she's new in America, hasn't been here very long, and she's kind of new to how bad the Filipinos are here in America, how crappy they can be, the crab mentality. So, yeah, they're gone. I don't know why they got 10 years banned, but I would have banned them for life. So, yeah, but that's what the government has said, is we caught them with things about children, and all 18 of them, instead of going to prison in America, are out of here. They came on board the cruise ship, locked them up, took them away, processed them, and deported them back to the Philippines. So, I agree with you. And hopefully they will never get another work visa to go work for any cruise line anywhere else, or you know what I mean? Make sure they swim back to the Philippines. It'd be a long swim. Miss Bai is saying, well, what's new with you, Papa Dennis? So, but yeah, our friend is pregnated. So we were talking last night because she's kind of unsure about whether they want to do like one of those gender reveals and about when to do the baby shower. So we were working on that last night some, and so they're going to have their baby shower at our house. We're going to do it late January, and here's what we're going to do. So everybody's invited, but we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to tell you about that. Just 10 years, Justin Papa mode, yeah, only 10 years. Dennis and I both think they should have a lifetime ban, from America, because you don't hang out, and the worst thing you can do is do the children thing, because you know what I mean, because you got to be careful about what words you use on YouTube. But having pictures of children or video is just the worst thing that you can do, I think, in life. And so it's, about your love life. What is love? Love, what is love to me? Maybe different than what is love to you. Yeah, what is love? I agree. There used to be a calendar that had what is love, right? Wasn't that a calendar, like a little desktop calendar or a cartoon where they had like these weird looking fat stick people talking about, love is picking up the trash behind your wife. Love is never having to say, I am sorry. Well, my wife knows that one then, because my wife won't say sorry. I don't care what she does. She could run over a cat and go, well, yeah, cat got in the way. So, so there used to be a little desktop calendar. I remember this. Remember these? Where they had these little calendars and they had funny sayings on it. So, Henry says, I am back. I'm back. Everything went good. I'm back. Lots of love equals thick wallet. Lots. Well, Dennis, for us men, lots of love equals a thin wallet. If you got a lot of love going on, you got an empty wallet, right? Because with love comes expenditures. I don't care what anybody says about anything. Love costs money. Love hurts. Love hurts. Isn't there a song by somebody that talked about love hurts? Love hurts the wallet, I can tell you that. Mm-hmm. Ooh, love is like a bubblegum, sweet at first. I agree. That's a good analogy. It's sweet like a bubblegum, and then you get tired of it, you get tired of chewing it, and the flavor goes out, and then you're just left with something sticky and icky. It's all about the money. Empty wallet. Yes, I got an empty wallet. I don't know where my wallet is, but my wallet is truly empty today. Dennis says, careful, by HTN is back. He's listening. He's listening on you. So, yeah, our wallet's empty. I got a motivation for, we're going to do a baby shower. Let me tell you about baby shower and see what you guys think. So, our friends really don't need, a bunch of onesies. It's like I said last night in talking to them. They don't need 400 onesies for a kid that's going to outgrow it in about a day, right? And so we've come up with a concept, and they like it because they're successful people, for professionals. We're going to do the baby shower, and instead of doing gifts, we're going to ask everybody to donate money, and we're going to do one of those, I don't know what you call it, like a QR code or something, to where you can link to things, to like their PayPal, because what we're going to do is we're going to create a 529 fund. If you don't know what that is, that's kind of like a 401k, but it's designed to put money in, and it grows pretty healthy for an educational purpose for a child, and or when they get to a certain age, if they don't use it, they get it. But it's designed for people to pay for college for their kids. So we're going to be asking everybody to make donations to that. And I'm going to spearhead that because I'm not shy and I don't care. If people think it's tacky or not, we're going to have the baby shower here at our house. We're going to cook some food, but we're also going to have a few things catered, like the cake. So we'll do all of it really nice and decorate it for her. But what we're going to do is just ask people to make donations to the kid fund. And the debate is, in the Filipino community, the Filipinas don't like that. They don't like doing that. They're not all about giving their cash. They're all about taking food home. So, we're going to have to see how it plays out. Let me get caught up here. Let's see. Miss By's laughing. Hey, early stream day. Yes, early stream. It is. I decided to do a stream early because I'm going to try to bike ride later. I'm going to go on a bike ride. Love my shirt. Thank you. It's a cheap t-shirt. I got it at Ross, a store called Ross. They sell like screwed up shirts or screwed up clothes or like things that are out of date, I think I paid like $3 or $4 for it. So, but I got it at one of those stores that sells old merchandise or defective merchandise. So saying hello to Dennis and everybody else. You're in the USA. 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 Who's in the USA? You're in the USA. Yeah, we're in the USA, and the Filipinos, I think, are worse here than in the USA. In the Philippines, when they do things, they give those money rolls, right? Like in a cake, they'll do that, and people will pull out a bunch of pesos. They don't do that here, So they all seem to be quite greedy here. I don't know what's going on. So, so we don't know how well received this concept of people donating to a baby financial education fund is going to go, but I'm going to try it. And I'm going to work hard at it as we get closer. And it will go into a 429 and or an annuity for their child to go to school on. So, so Dennis is saying, Heidi, so Linder, I took your bike. You will have to find me. You did not. It's in the garage. I saw it 10 minutes ago. 10 likes. Yes, we need some more likes. We do. We need to feel the love. Feel the love, love, love. So yeah, I'm going to try to go bike riding later, when it gets to be about 8:39, just for about a half hour on my e-bike. So I'm going to do that. So I decided to go a little bit earlier. People in the background, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to Dave. Yes! And hit that notification bell. So I agree. It's a good thing to do. But that's why I'm early. I was going to get up early and do a live stream this morning early. But when I got up, it just didn't work out. I was too lazy, so I didn't do it. So now I'm doing it. But so, Linda, we appreciate that. But yeah, I wish I knew somebody that worked out, that lifted weights, that had the time, but I don't, because I like to go lift weights again. But I don't have any friends that lift weights, and I don't like lifting weights by myself. But I'm trying to get a little bit more exercise. I'm down about 65 pounds. So I'd like to get another 10 pounds off, but I need to put some exercise into it. I work out. Now look, hanging out with the girlfriend's not working out, if that's what you're claiming. So, but working out's good. I used to work out a lot when I was a kid, when I was a young man. I bench pressed 450 pounds 1 year out of high school, 400 in high school. So that was many thousands of years ago. And then I continued to lift weights for many, many years. And then I got into bicycling. And I was bicycling, a regular bicycle, not an e-bike. I had a really nice one. 4 to 5 times a week, doing about 30 miles each time. So I dropped a lot of weight. But then my heart went, and there you go. I blew my heart out. And so bicycling went out the window. And that's why I bought an e-bike, because I really enjoy bicycling. I enjoy the air, getting out there and just, it's almost like riding a motorcycle. When you ride a motorcycle, it's pleasant. It's like being on a boat. When you're driving a boat, it's pleasant. And for me, bicycling is just that. So we got an e-bike. It's a really good e-bike, high quality, heavy duty, so fat people can ride it. And girlfriend is at work, and I wake up extra early to get morning run in. Wow. That's good. What I would tell you is this. I know you probably won't listen to me or believe me. One of the best things you can do, because you're a young person now, when you get keep running, keep exercising, don't ever stop, is my point. The problem is a lot of people are athletes in high school, they're athletes in college. And then then they get to the point where they're not athletes anymore. And they go downhill really quickly. And then it's hard to get back to being athletic, to be fit. It's really hard. So I would encourage you to stay active. Now, if your knees are bad, you switch to something else. You got to do something to stay healthy. Keep exercising. Keep doing that. So I'll be in college soon. Do you know which college you're going to go to? Have you picked it out yet? Henry says, I'll stay with motorcycle. Yes, I love I rode motorcycles for years. But one, I didn't like the people I rode motorcycles with. I thought, Two, they always wanted to stop and have cigarette breaks, and that irritated me. What college? What degree? Do you know yet? Sending hearts? We need the hearts. We only have one heart. I got to go next week. Here, look. Or no, I got to go Wednesday. Here's my pacemaker. Can you guys hear it? You can almost hear the fact that it's made out of something. So, but I got to go Wednesday. And they're going to check it with the device, and it's going to tell me what my percentage of battery is, because I'm trying to get this replaced like in September. But they won't replace it until it starts to beep. And once it starts to beep every morning, when it starts to beep, then I got like 60 days to get it changed. So we're trying to schedule that. And so they're trying to say, yeah, it should start beeping in 38 days. And then after it beeps, then we can make the appointment to have it swapped out. So possibly theater, not sure. All right, nice. Bye, that's good. Not sure what college is. Papa Dennis, I have a friend single. Hottie. Woo, does she got a YouTube channel? Put the link in there. We'll go look at her. Or send me a message with it. Or you can send it to my Facebook thing and I'll share it with Dennis. She's a hottie, huh? How old is she? Well, come on, give us some information. How old is she? You know, and what determines... I still have a single Filipino friend here in America that's looking for a boyfriend and or friends. She's 21, skinny, healthy, a hard worker, nice girl. Could use some guidance in America. You know what I mean? I think she could be a very good wife. But I think she just needs guidance. Need photos, Dennis says. Yes, that's what I just said. Send me them. You can email them to me or you can just drop them on Facebook. Let me see if anybody messaged me on Facebook while we're sitting here. All right, come on, Facebook, reload. She's got a thing from Jer. I haven't seen him in a long time. No, I don't see any pictures of a girl, Dennis. I got a thing from Anthony, another funny thing from Anthony. He sends me all these weird, funny things. So, but no. All right, let me get back here. I don't need that. Where am I? There we are. Need photos and female, yes. Pretty sure she is a woman. That's good. But the question is, are you, pretty sure she's a woman? We would like to have a little bit more confidence in your voice. I know she's a woman would feel better. Dennis says, well, that's good, bye. That's good. But you can send them to us on Facebook. And we'll check her out, man. And and I can send them to Dennis. So, what does she do for a living? Anything? How old is she? Give us some data. So, but if anybody knows a young person, 30-ish, that would like to meet a Filipino that's in America already, let me know. Seriously, she'd like to find a boyfriend, but I also think if she could just connect with more people in America, she's only been here 2 years. So I think she really needs people to connect with, that she can, have friends with. Yes, neat data. 1 kid, all right. 1 kid. Bias, is that okay? Married before, didn't it? That's a big question. She married? That's a gigantic question in this formula. Means you're single, Papa Dennis? Yes, by less than 5 less than you. Oh, yes. Yeah, kids, yes. She's a widow, so okay. So how old is she? She's going to be old now? So, that's important because when we're looking at this, if they're married, they can't come to America. You can't be married in the Philippines ever and then, meet a guy and come to America or Canada or anywhere else. Well, I don't know about Canada or other countries, but you can't marry somebody who's already married. It's usually the general rule. Yeah, see that fat lady that was running around the neighborhood? Now she's walking. Yeah, see? What? She killed him? Is she that Filipina serial killer we've heard all about? Crazy I don't have kids yet, but I'm ready to make some soon, Henry. Hope Henry is ready. Well, Henry's got to get there first, He's got to get there first. You can't have babies without getting there. Let me tell you. How old? Photos. She's like 49. That's pretty old for Dennis. Pat might like her. Pat might like her. That's Pat's age. Pat is 49. So, and he likes women close to his age. Hope you're ready for 125 kids if you want to have. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah. I don't think she could live long enough to have 125 kids. We have some people in America called the Duggars. They had like 19 kids and counting. They're kind of a weird religious group. A lot of them, a lot of bad stuff gone on. One of them's in prison for looking at children's stuff. And the girls are really pretty, but they had all these weird, strict rules about dating and courtship and all of this. They live in a great big gigantic house right down over here. They're from my state, Arkansas. He tried to run as a politician, but they had I think it was on TLC or Discovery, one of those channels, the Duggars, 19 kids and counting. They had their own TV show. So, yay, I will have Papa Dennis, yes. Any photos? Yes, gotta have photos. Yeah, I don't want kids. And to be honest, I never wanted to have my own kids. I was okay marrying somebody that had a kid, but I didn't want a bunch of kids. So I don't have pictures of her, but maybe on Sunday. Okay, get some pictures of her, you know. So she's a church friend. So you need to get some pictures of her. And to be honest, then we can, share it around. So you're going to have to wait, Dennis, on pictures. You gotta wait. I am trying to find, the other thing I'm trying to find here in America, though, right here where we live, is a really old single lady. If anybody knows any really old single ladies, like in their 60s, 70s, and the 80s, I got a friend that doesn't want to get married. He's 80, but he would like to have a companion to run around with and do things. I'm actually looking for that now. Is she a nun? Dennis, I dated a girl that was a nun, or kind of dated her. I thought Papa Dennis is taken. You're single, right, Papa Dennis? Well, there you go, Dennis. She's asking if you're single. Because she's like, man, if you're out there just womanizing, then I'm not going to introduce you to my friend. Because I don't want my friend to be womanized. Man. Dennis is always single. Until the ring is on the finger, you're single. Why you find a hottie Filipina Uncle David's friends? Well, I think everybody deserves a hottie. I have a hottie. If she's listening, you got to say nice things in case my wife is listening in the background. But I don't think she is because she's too busy at work this week. So, don't have Facebook? All right, well, there you go. Don't have Facebook. That's understandable. Well, maybe you can get some pictures of her and show her on one of your live streams or something. Or invite her to your house for lunch. Dennis, you can have my ex if you want, but she loves taking money and bed hopping. Yeah, no. I don't think Dennis would approve of that. So, but yeah, I think everybody, why not try to match make and help people introduce people to each other? It's a good thing, right? But you just got to find the right people. I feel bad for people. So love is in the air. Make it happen. But until you got a ring on your finger, What is she, a bunny? Ooh, bunny, bunny, bunny. Is she a honey bunny? A bouncy bunny? Bunny rabbit? Hopping rabbit? Is she a social bunny? Bunny? You gotta be careful with the social butterflies. That's what you gotta be careful with. Social butterflies. Something like that. Henry says, yes, she likes to hop around from one bed to the other bed. Well, she had too much time on her hands, Henry. Too much time on your hands, I don't know how people find all the time and put in all the effort. It's like that couple. Did you guys see that couple on that concert? I don't even know who it was, Coldplay or Cosplay or I don't know, somebody. Did you not see that on the internet where That dude and the girl that worked for some technology company was caught on the kiss cam, and he had his arms around her like this. Woo-hoo, baby, I got your booby. You know, and they were hugging it out, and the kiss cam came around, and it showed them on the big screen, and they went, oh shit, because that's not my wife, and I'm not her husband. So, yeah, all over the internet now. Apparently, he resigned his job as CEO of, I can't remember the name of the company. So he's out as CEO. She was the head of HR for that. Now, think of that. The person who's over HR, who's supposed to help conduct personnel issues in business, is cheating on her husband with her boss. Yes, Miss Bye likes that. So he's lost his $200,000 job. I can't remember if she still has her. I hope she quit. They're probably both getting a divorce. And then there's a third chick who has a red face in the picture, I guess, who works there too. And I don't quite understand. I guess what people are criticizing is obviously that girl who works for the company they said that she got promoted last year by this guy. And so the rumor is boss man, CEO, is cheating with the HR director. This chick finds out, maybe it's her friend, and you know how girlfriends talk. You know, girlfriends like to gossip. They just do. They got to do a little gossip. Maybe HR director said, hey, you know what, friend? I'm sleeping with the CEO of the company. Me and him are knocking boots. We are getting busy. We're getting dirty in the sheets. And she went, oh my gosh, really? That's so exciting for you. Oh wait, what about your husband? Does he know? No, we're not going to tell my husband. What he doesn't know is okay, you know? What he doesn't know, he doesn't know. Nobody will know. What about her wife? Is he going to leave her? You know, are you guys going to get married? Are you going to divorce your spouse? Oh my God, that's so exciting. Oh, now that I know, shouldn't I get promoted? And so she got some big promotion. So I guess she came out of nowhere in the company and somehow got a big bump. And that's why she's at the concert with these two. So she's like three of them at the concert, and she's one of them. But obviously she knows about that. So now people are saying, now wait a minute, yeah, the chick that was cheating and the dude that was cheating, you know, should be blasted. But what about the third chick who got a promotion and is sitting next to them, hanging out with them, knowing that they're cheating on their spouses? You know, we can't just stand aside and say, well, that's okay behavior. You know, it's like watching somebody shoot somebody and say, you know, it's all right. You know, I was there when he did it, and not a big deal. No, I know she's embezzling, and, you know, as long as she takes me to lunch and buys me lunch, I don't care if the person embezzles. You know, who cares about that? The company's not going to miss those $2 million. And yeah, I needed a new purse, so she got me one, a new car, blah, 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 you know. So that's what they're kind of looking at now. Why is this chick okay with, you know, these cheaters who got caught on kiss cam? So I guess my takeaway from that is, if you're going to take your cheater, what do you call those? Mistresses, misters, I don't know. What is the male guy called? Does anybody know what the male guy is called? What's the male cheater called? What would that be? Does anybody know? What is that called? What is a man who cheats on wife called? Come on, now I'm looking for something better. See, the woman is a mistress, but what is the guy? Trying to find the name of the guy. Sugar daddy? Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, he's apparently the sugar daddy because he was the CEO and she was the HR director. Sugar daddy? Maybe the Urban Dictionary. Does you guys know what the Urban Dictionary is? It might have it. Let's see. Male cheater. No different. That's not working. They only want one word at a time, and I don't have one word. So isn't that, but I wonder what it's called. What are they called? Let me see. What is the word for a cheating spouse? A cheating spouse can include a range of behaviors, blah, blah, blah. What's it called when a man sleeps with a married woman? We know it's adultery. You know, I'm starting to think there's no term for that. Can we make up a term? Can we do that here today, live? Sleeping with a married woman is adultery. Both parties are adulterers. But I'm trying to figure out what the hell the man is called, because the woman's called a mistress. Lose all of your money, man? Yeah. Well, I'm serious. I don't think there's a word for that. I'm starting, guys, I really don't think there is. I need to go to the dictionary, the real dictionary. And I need to look at synonyms for adultery. Come on. My computer's running slow because I got so much going on. Lose all your money, man. Woohoo. That is weird. I mean, come on, what's wrong with you? Dictionary.com doesn't like me today. It's going to take a second to roll. To load. I don't know. Is anybody, mistress? You know? Oh. Let's see. Ooh, pretty. I got a commercial that popped up. I need to get some more cool shirts. That's what I need to do. Let's see if we can find what's going on. Blue Hawks in the house. Sorry, but I took a Hyundai. Even when you told me to go with a Toyota Honda. Oh, well, all right. Well, that's okay. You know, Hyundais aren't horrible. I think we told you to go with the Kia. Better than that, but you're right. So you got the new Elantra. Oh, the Elantra. Okay, nice. Related words is what I need. Adulterer is the male, adulteress, but what's another word for that? I mean, we got to find a word. I'm sorry, but I will see how it works. No, you'll be all right. Look, just take it, I know you were looking for one that wasn't super expensive, which is good. Let me get over here. I've rented the Elantra, and it drove nice. My niece bought one time that was really nice, and she crashed it. But Henry's going to stick with the old car. That's really interesting that we have the word mistress, but we don't have an opposite for mistress. We have like the adulteress and the adulterer. Why don't we have a term that's opposite of that? I'm going to have to research this. Blue Hawk says, we just had a big summer party. We had our annual tropical shirt party. So everybody has to wear tropical clothes, and we eat food and drink and have a good time. So yeah, right now my wife goes to a party this weekend. I don't want to go. She's gonna work really hard to make me go. Now, I am kind of interested in going, and I'll tell you why. Because, well, it's weird, Dennis and everybody, and I mentioned this earlier, that the lady is one of the ones that never seems to have time to bring food to a party, but she's having a party, and everybody's supposed to bring food to her house. But I looked up their house on the internet, and her husband paid about $650,000 for it. It's on three acres. But the architecture of it is built in 1982. So it has some really cool 1980s architecture. And I'm a big architecture fan. So I'm kind of curious about checking out his house, but I really don't want to go to the party. So, wife is not talking, you take him. Well, I don't want to go. She tries really hard to get me to go to those, but I don't like it. I don't like going. Well, it's going to be hot, and and as I say, a lot of the time, I don't like going to these parties because I'm not treated well. I don't like going because in my parties, I make everybody feel welcome. I introduce everybody. I try to get them to talk. I make sure they got drink and food. The men. I let the women do the women thing. But I try to be a really good host at my parties and get everybody involved. A lot of times I go to these parties and the men don't do that. They just sit there like bumps on freaking logs. And I hate that, and I don't like it. So that's one of the reasons I'm not all that excited about going. Now, I don't know her husband. He may be a good dude, I don't know, because I've never met him. He's one of the ones that never comes to parties. So, I don't know. We'll have to see what my wife makes me do. You'll be live for us. No. I won't go live at somebody else's party. I don't do that. I may make little short video clips, static videos, but I usually, now the party I did out the lake, that birthday party, we know them really well, and I knew that it was a wide, big, open area. It's a park. So I don't have a problem doing a live stream there. But at somebody's house, I wouldn't do that unless, it's like my friend the Giovannis. But I wouldn't do that at somebody's house. I just wouldn't do it. I think it'd be inappropriate to do that. So I try to be cognitive of where I'm at. So, but all keeps on dancing. Yes, bye says bye for now, everybody. I need to get up and prepare breakfast. Nice. Nice. Let's see. I still can't find a term that matches. Enjoy your breakfast later. I'm going to have dinner later. Does anybody care about that? I'm big. I got to figure this one out now. But yeah, so there's a party going on. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I don't know. We have people, we have, and I'll tell you, and I know a lot of the people that come to our place and watches our channel, so they know I'm talking shit about them. So, but we do have somebody that comes quite a bit to ours, and all they want to do is try to TikTok dance. The only reason I feel they come to the party is because it gives them a different background to TikTok to dance, and because they're trying to grow and market their TikTok and their dancing. So, and I guess that's okay. I don't have a real problem with it. I would have, to be honest, asked the host, hey, do you mind if we do this? I wouldn't have mind, but I would have asked. And if I was going to go live on somebody else's property or house, I would definitely make sure it's okay with them first and set up the boundaries and the rules. So, Henry says, I'll be right back. I got to go again, but I'll be right back. Other words, mistress, misship, origin of it, examples. So it comes from the word master, believe it or not. So that's interesting. I'm still trying to find The opposite. Man, probably never going to find it. Probably don't exist. So that's what we're going to do. So, and of course, I might have some work to do this week. And my friend, the Giovannis, are going to try to work on their house. He's going to borrow my truck over the weekend. He's going to repair his fence. And I got a buddy who dropped off a chainsaw. And we're going to cut down a couple of small trees in his yard. But I think he's planning for Sunday. They'll do the work. I usually just sit around and supervise is what I do. Word Hippo says, wife, fancy man, enemy man, it's not there. Lackey, bootlicker. So, but I hope everybody's doing great today, by the way. Loser. Loser's one of them. What are they called? Antonyms, right? I think we're looking for antonyms. I remember my back old day English stuff. Wow. All right, Dennis. Everybody, if you're still listening, I solved the problem. My hat's crooked again. I got to look good for you guys, right? You want to make me look good. All right. Did you guys see our pictures from the stone thing yesterday? Didn't Lorelai and I look good? Woo! We were fancy looking people at a pizza joint. The opposite, or the antonym of mistress, is master. So he technically is the master of his mistress. She is the mistress of the master. So she is not the wife of the master. She would be the mistress of the master from Old English. So we solved the freaking problem. We are probably the greatest, smartest, most brilliant YouTube channel on the entire planet because today, right here, right now, we learned something. Wow. All right. But maybe there's something else somewhere, though, because it should be something creepier. See if we can find something in the common languages, where us common people talk. Woo! Like slumbag, boogerhead. Because you don't want to cheat on your wives, all right? And wives don't cheat on your husbands. Boyfriends don't lie to your girlfriends. Girlfriends don't lie to your boyfriends. If you say you're going to do something, then do it. But don't go putting your body parts in other people's body parts. Keep your body parts to yourself. That's it. Yeah, it's just hanging out with the word master. It's saying like, look, if you want to use this, she served as a mistress to a wealthy man, means he was the master of the house, right? The mistress ordered her servants around. The house had no servants to assist. She was once the mistress of the grand estate. He claimed to be the owner of the property. He was the ultimate boss of the company. There you go. There it is. She acted as a mistress to her employees. He was the ultimate boss. I don't know. Bunch of garbage. Cheater, 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 cheater. Lose your $200,000 a year job because you're putting your body part somewhere you wouldn't put your body part. Now, I'm just going to tell you, from my experience, I would rather have the money than the body parts. I don't know about all of you guys, but I would prefer to have the money. I would prefer to have my job. You know, and when I was teaching college, I had a lot of opportunities to sleep with students, which I never did. Because I preferred my career. I liked my job. You know, I didn't have the opportunity to sleep with these girls, but why would I? Does it really work? So putting your body parts where they're not supposed to belong, Dennis. You know, that's what we got to do as men and women. Because look, you can't blame the man totally. You got to blame somebody. You got to blame the man and the woman. I mean, the both parties. It's a two-party state in the land of cheating. Cheating hearts. So you got to blame them both. You just do. I'm just telling you. Got to blame them both. And the third girl. Now, you can't blame the third girl because those two were cheating on their spouses. But the moral question is it ethical? Let's look at this. Is it moral or is it ethical? Which is valid? Do you have the moral obligation not to support a cheating couple? Or is it now in a business setting, wouldn't it be unethical to support that cheating couple at their company? I don't know. So, now look, I'll admit I'm a scumbag. If I worked at a company and my boss was screwing around on his wife, and he said, you know, if you don't tell my wife or anybody else, I'll give you a nice big pay raise, I would say, okie dokie, I know nothing. So, you know, hey, I got to admit, I'm a scumbag, right? So I would be more than happy just to shut my mouth and take the money because that's their problem. Or am I truly just a scumbag for thinking that way? So I don't know. But that's interesting. That's what's going on there. I don't know, man. Kind of crazy. I'm excited. I got another piece of big, gigantic news in the world today. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that important. But guess what? We have a Daiso store. I'm going to do a video about Daiso. I got a bunch of video. I'm working on that today too. It's a Japanese dollar store. It's coming in down the road from us. It's only a couple miles from my house. So first one in Arkansas. So I'm looking forward to the grand opening in a few weeks. So yeah, we got a Japanese Daiso store. So I'm going to do a video. I'm thinking about calling it, I think the Japanese are invading. A Japanese invasion. You know? And so I don't know what you guys think about that. But I'm excited about the store. Sounds like how I graduated high school and got the principal and a few teachers together. There you go. You know how I graduated high school? I'll tell you. It's not a big secret. I graduated high school because they didn't want me in their school anymore. And they flatly told me that. You know, because I didn't make good grades. I graduated with 1.67 GPA. But I was ornery, is what I was told, that I was ornery, that I caused too much trouble, that I was always pissing people off. I was always talking back, and the teachers were scared of me, is what I was told. The teachers were scared of me. They didn't want me in their classes because they thought I was going to smack the shit out of them. So they graduated me. That's the honest to God only reason I graduated, because they wanted my happy ass out of there. So kind of crazy, right? Kind of crazy, but it's a true story. Because I had a teacher one time hit me in the leg with a paddle because he thought he was cool. His name was Glass. Remember that. It was a math class. And I was chit-chatting with one of the girls because even though I was a fat kid, man, I liked the girls when I was a youngster. So I'm hanging out and trying to flirt with the girl and not paying attention to this butthead because he was a butthead. And he comes over and smacked me in the leg with the paddle. I jumped out of that seat, grabbed him, pinned him up against the wall by the throat of his neck and told him if he ever touched me again, I was going to rip his heart out. He never touched me again. So they weren't happy. They were happy to get me out of there. Caught autocorrect is having funny. Oh, it's all right. We understand it. Can we go to the Philippines exactly from the U.S. East Coast flight? Okay, no. Well, maybe. I don't know. Do you want to go to the Philippines? I think your wife was going. Now, what we do, we're in the center part of America. So what we normally do is if we can fly directly to Los Angeles, California, and then that takes you to Cebu. I'm not for sure how the New Yorkers are going. They may be going like a different way. So, but nobody flies directly except from Los Angeles. Los Angeles offers the only direct flight, and it's a 14-hour flight to Cebu. So I hope that answers that question. Same here, plus I had dirt on the principal and teachers, yes. Nice. I had dirt on me. I was dirty the other day, man. I hate getting my hands dirty. So yeah, I was, not well loved. People didn't love me. Dennis, my feelings are hurt. Nobody loved me. So yeah, we're going back to the Philippines in 27. We have a lot of things going on. We got some business we got to take care of in the Philippines. We're hopefully in the 27. Our friends who are now pregnated, they were going to go on a cruise with us this March, but that's when they're going to have their baby, so they're out of the cruise circuit. And then we were going to go, so that's the year 26. So in year 27, in the spring, we were going to go to the Philippines, and they were coming with, and now, but we don't know how that works with their baby now. But we were all four going to go together, stay about 2 weeks in the Philippines, and then we're going to jump over to Hong Kong and Singapore, is what our plan was. For another 2 weeks, maybe take a cruise, then fly home. But now that they got a baby on the way, I don't know what's going on. We haven't quite got that figured out. But that's okay, right? It's just okay. I can't blame them. She wants a baby really bad, and I guess he's okay with it because he put his body part somewhere where if you don't want babies, you don't put your body part. So he said that she got him drunk on their honeymoon, when they went their second honeymoon in the Philippines. They were on a trip in the Philippines. He said she got him drunk, and somehow, things happened that, he wasn't quite aware of. So I'm like, oh, now, don't be saying that. So, But they're happy. We're happy for them. We like them. They're like family. Lorelai's excited because there's going to be a baby for her to play with. It's a girl thing, I guess. I don't mind kids as long as they're somebody else's. Send them home, fill them full of sugar, send them on their way. Blue Hawk, I think, yes, good to have you, Blue Hawk. Blue Hawk, what, I know you said you bought a Hyundai, not a Honda, but a Hyundai. So what type of work are you doing? Did I ever ask you that? I couldn't remember if you ever told me. And you don't got to tell me exactly what your job is. Don't do that. Just kind of tell me the field, like I'm in law enforcement or I'm in politics because I'm the president of the PAC. He was poked, I think Henry, I think he didn't know what he was poking. Or his attention span was distracted, if you know what I mean. He wasn't cognitive enough to put the coat on. He didn't get the coat on. So that's what he says anyway. He's like, well, it had to be because she told me that we didn't use a coat that time. I'm like, why didn't you use a coat? He's like, well, I was really drunk. I don't know. I'm like, all right, I got you. I see. I understand what's going on. No, who knows? But if it makes them happy, right? If it makes them happy. I'm trying to find some small lamps. I'm trying to find some small light. I want to backlight my area. Oh, maybe this would work. And I'm trying to find some cheap little lamps to put back here that shoot straight up in the air. Trying to be cool is what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to find those, but I'm trying to look on Amazon. Because what I want to do when I sit back here, and I know we're not set up correctly, but I want to kind of darken the room and have two blue lights on the side of me that kind of comes up from the bottom. So that way I look fancy. I look fancy. I guess I could just get some crappy blue desk lamps. I don't know. But he poked something. Oh, did that thing turn blue? No, they don't turn blue. I got some grow lamps that are kind of like on a gooseneck that I could use, but I don't think they grow blue. They go blue. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, see? I got these. I don't think they turn blue. Hang on. Because I want to do uplighting. I've been looking at some of these YouTube channels that are really cool and successful, and they kind of got a backlight, you know, back here, like in the corner, that kind of glows upwards. But this one has no color. It's a grow light for like, and this is how you grow your marijuana. So, that's not gonna work. Did I tell you guys I fired my lawn mowing man last week? It pissed me off. So I fired his ass. So now I've hired a new one, supposed to be here on Wednesday, so we'll see how that goes. But, you know, I try to tell him how, oh, there's my lamps we have. Nice. I tried to tell him how I wanted things done, and he did something I told him not to do, pissed me off. So I told him, don't come back. So I don't need you anymore. If you can't listen to me, I don't want you here. If you can't do what I'm asking, I don't want you here. So now I got to hire somebody else. So I got to go to the bank and get some money to pay the guy in cash. Maybe I just need to look at LED lights, small uplighting from LEDs or something. So, get rid of that. Oh, there we go. Poking, poking, poking. But we're excited. Lorelai's really excited. We got a baby on the way. She'll have a lot of fun with it. And they are really good people. I think, Henry, you may have met them. They were here. So when you were here, they're always at our things. So, oh, that's it right there. Room lighting. Oh. I think I found them. I think this is what these people on the internet are using. These YouTubers that are looking all cool. I think I found what they're using. Yeah, it's kind of like a stick light, like I just showed you. It's kind of like this, but larger, but kind of focuses the light upwards. It looks, I might have to watch the video on it. So, because I really like, I don't know if I like that. Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. All right, let me add that to my cart because I'll think about that one. Let me keep looking though. Got to keep looking. Thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. If you haven't done that, please do that. Now, I can't spend too much money or I'll get in trouble with my wife because she's like, well, I thought you told me not to buy anything. I said, well, I did tell you not to buy anything. I didn't say I wasn't going to buy anything. So I got to be careful here, not to, cause trouble. Even though I'm really good at causing trouble. Good luck with the new yard, man. I hope so. You know, if I had my, I know this is weird, and most people don't give a rat's ass, but I'm very particular about my yard. And I've had to, Lorelai told me, asked me the other day, so, are you just getting old and being too cranky and too controlling over your yard? And I told her, I said, no, because the fact is, these people are treating my yard way worse than I ever would. If I could physically do my yard, I would do it way better and different than all these people do. They're not mowing my yard the right way. You know, they're not rotating. They're not doing this. They got the wrong level. They got crappy tires. They're not doing a good job. I would do 10,000 times better if I could physically do it. And the weeding isn't done right. You know, the edging is all jaggedy waggedy. And I don't like jaggedy waggedy. I like straight edges. So, you know, I don't know if I'm being a hard ass or difficult, but it's kind of like, you know, just, you know, they treat it, well, what it is they want to get out, they want to mow the yard and get out as fast as they can, you know. But if you're going to do this as a business, you should be extremely professional. And you should take it very serious. You should do your best to make me happy because I'm giving you cash that's under the table that you don't got to pay taxes on for the government, you know. Damn it, Henry. You get me fired up again. I don't want to have to get fired up again. I'm just saying. I just don't like it. I want them to do better. And what's so hard about that? Doing better, you know? Why can't they just understand things better? I don't know. But that's all right. What do I care? I care a lot. I think I might have something in my closet, so I don't got to buy them anything. Ooh, there's something. Light bars. Lots of light bars out there, everybody. Does anybody have? Ooh, look at that. That's cool. Ooh, you can buy this thing that projects the northern lights on your walls. You see, man, that would be cool. Man, could I do that here in my office? We need to click on this and see what this is. Could I put it on the floor and it just kind of come up and glow my walls? Is that what this thing does? All right, I don't like it. Never mind. Looks like crap. And of course, you know, I thought about buying a riding lawnmower and doing it myself, but with my health, it's, you know, I don't know, just not the smartest thing to do. They do rush a lot. And here's the problem, and I know you guys are all going to think I'm crazy. When you're mowing a yard, and this is the yard, you got to be careful. If this is the yard, and this is your lawnmower, when you're mowing the yard, if you turn too sharp, if your tires aren't balanced right, proper air pressure, if your lawnmower sucks, you're going to dig when you turn. So you're going to, if the grass is being cut like this, when you make the turn, you're going to cut like this and make a bare spot or a spot that's unlevel. And I don't like that. And that's what he's doing. And I told him about it. And the other thing he did, he broke my gate. You know, I told him, he came through my gate the wrong way. And I told him, I said, look, the other gate's unlocked. Just, I want you to walk around and open the back double gate the right way. No, he comes in there and just jacks it around until it unlocks. So I fired him. Get the F out of here. You know, get the living F out of my yard. Don't come back, sucker. And then what I found was he lost his pocket knife, or his little, I found it in the yard. It has to be his, because, you know, it's oily and greasy. And then I also found this big bolt in my yard that must have fell out of his lawnmower, because the time he was here, he couldn't finish a strip of my backyard because his lawnmower broke, and I didn't know why at the time. I didn't pay any attention. So he had to get his push mower out and do this last little bit. But the other day, I'm walking the yard with Lorelei, talking about some landscaping things we're thinking about doing, because I'm thinking about doing some landscaping, even though I don't like spending money because I'm poor. And I found this big-ass bolt, looked like a shaft bolt, on one of the pulleys on his lawnmower. So I think he lost a pulley for the tension of the blades. So I threw it away. I threw it in the garbage. I'm not going to call him and say, hey, do you want your bolt back? No, not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. Just not going to do it. Don't want to do it. So that's the interesting there. Fire his happy ass. People make me mad, you know. Yeah, and I don't like that. And maybe I'm too picky, but that is the way it is. It's my yard. I don't like even, you know, and I'm rehiring the guy that I fired the first time. My original guy who screwed up this spring, and I told him, well, don't come back. He stays in touch, and he wants the job back. So he's actually coming back on Wednesday to mow. And but I think he'll be on his best behavior now. He will do better. Because what he did was, that made me mad, was he didn't call. He told me, hey, I will be there on Wednesday. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Well, he didn't show up. Didn't call me, didn't text me, didn't anything. I'm like, well, that sucks. So I hired somebody else to cut it because my grass got too big. And then he finally showed up like 10 days later and said, oh, I saw that your yard was cut. I said, well, yeah. Where you been? So, but he's a good guy, and I actually trust him with my house. So I got to pay him a little bit more, and I'm okay with that. But they do a little bit, they do a bit better. So we're hoping that is going to work better. So that's what we're doing. But I would really love to be able to mow my own damn yard. It would make me tickle to death if I could get out there, weed eat, edge, and mow the way I like it to be mowed. I know, man, troublemaking, first world problems, right? If you're from the Philippines or Thailand or South Africa or any other damn country, you're listening to this fat guy go, first world problems talking about his damn grass. We don't even have grass, in our country, because we live in the desert. We don't even have food to eat. And here you are bitching and moaning about your yard. Yes, I am. And I'm damn proud of it. So, oh man, kind of crazy, right? But that's all right. What are you going to do? So, but I got to make a video. I'm going to make a video for you guys about the Daiso store, so watch for that. We got a video I'm working on about my pizza oven, but we haven't got there yet. Yeah, sure, that was a shaft bolt. It was. It had one of those things where you slip not a cotter key, but like a nipple, and you got the C-clamp or the C thing that snaps into it and all of that, and had some bolts on it. So yeah, I'm sure it was, his shaft bolt to one of his pulleys. Because I've been on lawnmowers enough and used to do my own, that I know it was more than likely a shaft bolt to one of his belt pulleys. So we'll see how that goes. What's this one? Well, that's all right. It just bums me out, partly because as you get older, you can't do as much as you used to, right? And I really miss, I talked to some people the other day that, or I saw some of those videos on YouTube and Facebook where people were bitching and moaning about how they got to have a job and how they got to work and it's not fair. And, we're tired of being a slave to society. We're tired of being a slave to humanity. And I'm sitting there thinking, I would give anything if I had the health to work a job. I mean, I made really good money. I've really enjoyed the work I did. I've been gone 11 years now, and there's not a day I don't think, wow, I still wish I could work. I mean, I just do. I miss, but then again, I was a big fish in a tiny, tiny pond, in a sense, and I enjoyed being somebody somewhat important. So, all right, Henry, appreciate you. Good luck with the car. I hope it continues to go well. Stay busy. I hope you get to the Philippines soon. Hope you're able to make it. Let's see what this lady's doing with these lights. They are under the counter. I got to think about that. And so, take care. Be safe. They don't turn blue. I might have some lights in my pantry or my closet back here. I'm going to have to dig through my closet. Because this winter, I'm going to do more live streaming in here. So I'm going to try to set my place up to look a little nicer, is what my goal is. So, that's my goal. That's what I'm working on. Let's see if these tap lights are bright enough. You guys know what tap lights are? Just tap them. I don't think they're bright enough. Wow, they're remote controlled though. And they don't look very bright. How many looms are they? Does anybody know what a loom is? Luminosity? How many candle watts? You got wireless colors, PAC 9, remote control. Does it say how bright they are? Type, nightlight, white, smooth gray, glossy, don't like that. I'm working on getting there soon. Good. We hope you do. We hope you do, Henry. You know. If it's meant to happen, it will, I guess, right? I mean, I'm working on trying to get another cruise scheduled, but we've spent so much money on stuff, and we've done this and done that, and cruises are expensive, and time arrangements and are pains. So there's a lot of things. We got to travel, and we got a lot going on. So I don't know. I don't think any of these would be bright enough for what I want. Did I put something in my cart? I did, but those are the wrong ones. I need to go back to those $30 ones. I'm on Amazon. See if I can find them on here. I found the right ones, but they were like $30. That seems expensive to me. So I'm hoping to do it cheaper because I'm a cheapskate. $30 is a lot of money. See, I got strip lighting, and I might be able to do a strip lighting. I got a bunch of strip lighting. Huh. Now it's trying to hide on me. Trying to hide on me. I just need some backlighting. I got strip lighting, but I don't know. Thinking about it'd be easier if I could just buy something, plug it in and play. And I saw the right thing. I should have marked it, but I wasn't smart enough to mark it. Maria's in the house. Good to see ya, Maria. How are you, young lady? What's going on in your part of the world today? Good morning to you. So, your admirer, Dennis, was in the house earlier. So I hope you're doing well today. I'm trying to find some backlighting for my stage here. So I'm Googling on Amazon, trying to find something that I need. Why? Because I don't need it. I just want it. I just want it. My wife is kind of in one of those moods where she wants to buy something. So maybe I can convince her to buy what I need. You know, if we're going to spend money, let's spend it on what I want. You know, forget what you want. Let's get what David wants. You know, am I a bad husband for that? Yeah, good. I'm glad you're doing well. I really am. I am. And I'm still happy. I'm very happy that we're able to get your channel back up and running. And I'm sure you're going to do well with it. I got a feeling I watched some of your stuff and checked some things out. And I don't think you'll have a problem being very, very successful with your channel. You won't have any problems. You'll have a lot of admirers and subscribers and followers, and you're going to do fine. I'm sure you did fine before, but now's a good time, and I think, oh, that's cool. So what I'm trying to do, you can see my wall back here, that's just my winter stage. That's my wife and I. I'm going to try to put two lights, one here and one on the other side that's kind of like a soft blue light coming up from the bottom. So I can shut this winter, when I come back in here and do a lot of work, I can turn the lights off and it'll be dark, and that will backlit, and, you know, might be kind of a cool effect. I've seen some YouTubers who do a lot of videos like I do where they just run their mouth like me. They have those, and I'm like, well, that's really cool. I want that, but now I saw it earlier, but now I can't find it. So they were like $30 a piece, and I don't want to spend that. So I'm trying to find the cheap way out, you know. Oops. Is what I'm trying to do. Yeah, you know, wouldn't it be cool? Oh, here they are, maybe room lighting. So, you know, just here they. I'll show you what they are. I found them again. You want to see what they are, Maria? I'll show you. I can turn my camera around and show you on YouTube. So, all right. Let me turn this around. Tyler's in the house. Got salt and pepper. So you see, these are just thin stick, right? And you can change the color. And I was going to buy two, of course, like I said, and put them in the corner. What do you think of that? Is that kind of cool? See, like that. But this is where my desk would be. I think that would be pretty cool, right? All right. Thank you. Thank you for letting me share that with you. So that's what I'm working on, is something like that, because I'm thinking about doing that. You know, plus, you know, my wife wants to buy a bunch of stuff, and I don't want a bunch of stuff. I just want what I want. So, you know. Maria's saying hello to you, Tyler. Yeah, it looks like that. Let's have a party soon. Yes. Yeah, we have a lot of party lights. Our whole house is set up for parties. If you haven't seen our party live streams, we did one a while back with the tropical shirt parties. We've done those for a couple years running. We do Christmas parties and New Year's party. We do them live. Our house gets pretty going. Is that just color palettes? Yeah, it's changeable. So you can go from, you know, I don't know what, yellow, green, orange, and I'm going to do soft blue. So, yes. And you can control it, you know, with a little gauge thingy. But two of them run $76, and that's kind of pricey. So, but I really like them. So I might have to, ooh, these are really better. But that's kind of cool. So, yeah, here, I'm going to put them in my, well, before I forget, I got to put them in my shopping cart. So I don't forget them, or forget what they are. Yeah, they're kind of a glow light. Yes, yes. Yeah, what I was really looking for, to be honest, is something that would work like as a floor lamp. You put this on the floor, and it would have like a spotlight that kind of just went up the wall. But these may be, you know, what the alternative to that, or the real version of that. Fade or sunshine. Photo, yeah, it's kind of like the Photoshop stuff. Yep, you can alter it, and that's correct. Marcos, yes, good. Hello, my friend Marcos. How are you? Now, let me show you these. These are really cool. You guys, these aren't going to work, I don't think, because they don't have the color palette. But I'll show you a different one I like. Check this one out. Marcos, how are you, buddy? Those are cool, but I think those might be bigger. And it's kind of like a rainbow effect, or boom, a sunshine. So these are really cool lights. If I had a place for them, I would buy these. So, but that's what I want to do. But, you know, I need to get some money, because, you know, 80 bucks for some room lighting, you know, it can be a little in the budget. Let me get caught up here. Let me see. It's LED lights. The glow comes from LED lights. So it's basically just a slender tube that has like a plastic cover on it and a strip of LED lights in it. And that helps. I have some of those. Maybe I can make my own because I actually have a bunch of stripped LED lights in my closet behind me that are just rolled up long strips. Maybe I can just make my own. Yeah, so let's see. What did I miss? Marcos, I say hello to Marcos. Good to see you, Marcos. Everybody say hello to Marcos. Marcos, good to see you, buddy. Easy. Yeah, so I got some strip lighting that I might be able to use, you know, and make the same effects. If I can make it kind of like I don't want it to be, I want it to be kind of like a faded blue. So where it's not like you see the individual LEDs. I don't want that. I want it to be one whole piece, one whole light coming down on the corner here, right? So, and it only, you know, move down so it just kind of lights up the back area behind me. Not that it brights out this way, but it just kind of lights up the back behind me. So that's what we're looking for. If you guys haven't subscribed to Maria's channel, please do. I would appreciate you guys subscribing to her channel. She's got a great channel. Won't hurt you at all. Subscribe to hers. Appreciate that. Like mood lighting, exactly. Here, maybe let me. You know, if you guys really want to see, I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. Whoops. All right, so I'll give you an example. I'll show you. Hang on. I don't mean to jerk you guys around, but give me a second. So it's like this guy has a cruising channel, right? And you see how he does his stuff here and how he kind of has this set up in his background. He has some others where I'll show you. The one is I really like. See if I can find the one I really like from him. Let me find one of his older videos. Now he's on a cruise ship there, so that's not it. See kind of like this, how he has kind of part of his back area lit. See how they kind of have the back part of their place lit up a little bit? I'm trying to do that similar effect. That's what I'm trying to do, something like that. And he has it soft white, but his walls are blue. So I thought about, since my walls aren't blue, maybe doing a light blue color. But that's kind of what I'm thinking of, if that helps anybody. You know, Maria, what do you think about that? I know with your channel, you like the corner? All right. Hey, it's Galactic Gaming. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Everybody said hello to our good friend Galactic Gaming's in the house. In the house. How are you, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. What have you been up to? Anything exciting? What have you been up to, man? Yeah, so, yeah, cool, right? You know, so you get it, right? Maria, I know you get it. So when you're doing these talking head videos, I just thought it'd be different and cool. I kind of like the contrast between the faded back and where you could just see the person's head and, you know, so that's kind of the game I was going for. So I'm going to try to do that, Maria. But everybody said hello to my good friend Galactic Gaming who's in the house. Hope you've been doing well, my friend. We're doing pretty good. We've been busy. Busy as always, man. Got all kinds of stuff going on in the world. All good, my man. Sorry I have not checked in it. I understand. Just been busy with work and stuff. Preparing for Vegas. When are you going to Vegas? When are you going to Vegas? My wife told me last night some of her girlfriends are going to Vegas. I think sometime in October to see some Filipino actress or singer. And she was, thinking about going, and I don't care if she goes. I'm not going to go, I don't think. But, they were going to take a group of girls to Vegas and go to the concert or something. I think she says it's going to run about $500 or $600 for everything. And I'm like, well, that's really cheap for a trip to Vegas. So is that including your airfare? You girl, what are you guys, were you all bunking in the same hotel room? What are you doing? August, right around the corner. Staying at the Horseshoe. We originally booked the Strat, but the released realized how far the Strip is. Yeah. The Horseshoe, huh? Now, which, I gotta look at that. Gonna play a lot of poker. Played for a living a few years before I got started in business. Well, which is better to do? What else are you gonna do? Are you performing? Are you gonna sing? Woo! You know. I'm looking, I haven't seen the Horseshoe. Oh, not bad. Rooms for about $70 it looks at the Horseshoe. I don't remember that one. We stayed at the Paris Hotel, is where we stayed. But it looks like a nice place. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a nice place. Yeah, we stayed at the Paris Hotel. It's right in the middle. All right. Yeah, the Paris one is where the fountains are across from Caesars and all of that. That's where we stayed, and years ago, and it was nice. Yeah. All right, you'll be good there. I don't have a problem with that one. Sadly, just missed the WSOP. Just missed. All right, I'm looking at something here. Oh, they got a couple of restaurants. Good. You got to make sure, man. You got to make sure they got food. Part of the Caesars chain. All right, I got it. So yeah, you guys will be good there. You'll have fun. Now you're going with a bunch of mates, right? You're going with a couple of friends. Isn't that right? And I think you told me that you guys were going as male gigolos. I always wanted to go to Vegas my whole entire life. I'm buzzing. What sort of stuff do you like there? Horseshoe is opposite of Caesars and Bellagio. All right. Well, now look, you're younger than I. We stayed at the Paris Hotel casino because that's what my wife liked for her birthday. Now we went over to Caesars and hung out at the fountain. You know, I'll tell you, my favorite thing was we took a trip to the Grand Canyon. We took a day trip up to the Grand Canyon. Was the best thing we did. The other thing I would recommend, we didn't get to do it, but we really wanted to, was to take the helicopter ride in Vegas. They have a lot of things away from the Strip to do. There's also a place, if you want to pretend that you're a heavy equipment operator like bulldozers, they got a place where you can go and pay like a theme park and drive real heavy equipment and dig in the dirt and tear it up. They also got some rodeo stuff. They got a little bit of everything. We also went to a VR theater. That was really cool. I gotta admit, I really enjoyed the VR theater. So we're kind of old. We did some of the old people stuff. We went and looked at some animals and crap. We gambled a little bit and ate at the restaurants. That's kind of what we did. But the Grand Canyon was the best part of it. Yeah, me and a buddy. Yeah, you, me, and buddy. Yes, I wish I could go. And trust me, we're not ready to go. That's right. Yes. You'll have fun though. Whatever you do, you're gonna have fun. Just enjoy it. Don't stress. If you're looking for hookers, I don't know anything about them. If you're looking for drugs, I don't think that's hard to find. Just be careful not to get arrested. I think marijuana's legal there. I don't know. I know you don't do drugs anymore, so I'm with you there. But everything's pretty accessible. If you need to buy, just understand this. One tip I will say, look, if you're gonna be on the Strip and you want to buy like soda or potato chips, something like that's gonna cost you a fortune on the Strip. If you go off the Strip a little ways to one of the grocery stores, the price is normal. But just for instance, A 2 liter of soda might be $1.99 at Walmart off the strip or off the strip. On the strip, you may pay $5 for it. So it's definitely way more pricier. I'll be smoking and gambling and exploring. Good. You'll have fun. I mean, we did that. We walked around. We went to some of the other casinos and checked those out. We went to Caesar's Palace, the Bellagio. We went to the Louis Vuitton store. My wife, I'm proud of my wife. My wife has dedicated herself. She's always wanted a Louis Vuitton purse, right? She's been working hard to save up the money so that she can buy her own Louis Vuitton. So one time when we were in Vegas, we looked at them and I told her she could buy one, but she's like, no, they cost too much money. But she's been working hard, saving up money, and I think for Christmas she's going to buy herself a Louis Vuitton purse, and I'm happy for her. I've heard I'm going to be spending a lot of tips. Yeah, tip. You got to tip everywhere, man. Tipping is custom for everything. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, look, if you drive through McDonald's, you don't tip. If you walk into a restaurant and you got takeout, you don't ticket takeout. So if you walk up to a window and say, I'm here to pick up my pizza, you don't tip. But everybody else is going to expect a tip. The valets, I tip the Uber drivers if they do a good job on the app. So waiters and waitresses, bartenders, yeah, pretty much. If you, giving a little cash to your room attendant, not a bad thing. But tipping is shitty in America. 20% is the base. Now, here's what I'll say. Be careful. Some restaurants make tipping mandatory, and they add it to your check whether you like it or not. So if they add it to your check, don't tip extra. Because what they're hoping is they get extra. So don't be careful of that. And some restaurants will tell you, hey, it's a mandatory, add it to your check whether you like it or not, 20%. Well, if that's the case, I would never add a tip to it. My wife's nice. She's a good person. And she works hard and earns good money, and she's been saving her pennies. And if she wants to spend it on a really nice purse, so I'm happy for her. I mean, I have no problems with it. I don't care. I've told her a couple different times that she could buy them, but she knows how expensive it is, and she knows it's a big chunk of money. It's a lot of money for us. We don't make a lot of money, you know what I mean? We're not rich by any stretch. So saving up that kind of money is it's a big purchase. But she's doing it without any problems, and she can go for it. So she's excited. I just don't know where we're going to get it at. Maybe Dallas. Ruby, saying hello to everybody. Hello to you. How are you? How's your day going? So if she wants to buy a Louis Vuitton purse with her money that she's been squirreling away, I'm okay with it. So, Ruby, good to see you. Tyler is back. Hey, Ruby, everybody said hello to each other. I'm doing good, thanks. Nice. How are things in your part of the world, Ruby? So, we are happy to, what was I going to say? Crap. I'm doing good, thanks. Ruby. Something happened to my chat here. So, we'll probably have to go to Dallas. We live the closest to Dallas, Texas. If you guys know that part of the world is where we live. So we'll probably go to Dallas this winter and get it. So she'll get one. When she's ready for it, she'll get it. I'm in the Philippines. I'm the sister of Maria. Nice. So that's good. That's good. Sister of Maria. So you have a YouTube channel? I'm going to look you up in a second. My chat's reloading. I got to pull I'm looking at you guys on my big screen because the chat's easier to read because of the font. So, but it went down. So Ruby, I'm assuming I'm going to see if you got a YouTube channel. Do you have a YouTube channel? Thanks for coming, Ruby. 312. Wow, you're doing good. Over 3,000. You got some cooking going on. You kind of look like your sister. But then again, don't all Filipinos look alike? No. Well, I'm not subscribed to you, but I will. But here's what I'm going to do, Ruby, because I like to do things the right way. So I'll take some time. I'm going to watch a couple of videos. I'll make a comment or two. I'll hit the like button a few times, and then I'm going to subscribe to your channel so that we do it the right way. And I ask everybody to do the same for my channel. You know, I want you to subscribe, but I want you to do it the right way so it sticks. You know, the funny thing is, if all the people that ever joined or became a subscriber to my channel would have stuck, I would be about 12,000 subscribers instead of almost 4,000. So it's really important that you do it the right way, right, Ruby? So, and Ruby, if you want, because I got a feeling I can trust you, here's the other thing I'm going to do, and I don't mind doing this, and I'll tell you why I do it. I will turn you blue. That way, you can drop your own link. And here's what I tell everybody. If you're blue, you don't have to ask me permission on any of the live streams to drop your own personal link. You're welcome to drop your own link. So you don't have to ask and say, hey, can I drop my link? Now, just do it. If you're blue, I don't care. It's okay with me. It's not going to bother me. Because I know most people that have good YouTube channels that are working hard to make their YouTube channel successful, they know how to behave, and they know not to drop the link 400 times in a row and all that. So I truly don't worry too much about it. But instead of us having to negotiate it all the time, you can just do it whenever you want. Yep, you can do it anytime you come in. So Tyler says, I'll be right back. So, but yeah, you got a nice channel. Your sister has a nice channel. So you guys are doing good. I'm going to go to her channel too. Let's see. There we go. All right. Yeah, you girls kind of look alike. Do you guys get to spend much time together? And which part of the Philippines are you in? Are you in the same place as your sister? Or are you located in a different region? My wife is from Cebu City. She's a singer. She's doing the singing every day. Oh, bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Some good old boys drinking whiskey and rye, singing this shall be the day that I die. One thing you don't want to do is hear me sing. And sometimes I make people pay me so that I don't sing. How's that? Okay, so you're in the same region. Gotcha. Nice. But yeah, you know, look, we got to make money how we can. I do e-begging. I e-beg so that I can buy a house for my wife. It's the only thing I care about. So we are e-beggars, but sometimes you got to pay me to shut me up, and then you got to pay me not to sing. So, no. That's what we do. Everybody's welcome on our channel. I tell people all the time, look, I don't care what color your skin is, what gender you are, what part of the world you're from, what language you speak or don't speak, what religion you believe in or don't believe in. Everybody is welcomed in my world. And we try to build people up, not tear them down, so we don't bully people. We don't tolerate a lot of crap, you know. We do let people talk about things. Anything that's even sensitive things, we will talk about them. I will answer questions and solve problems all day long. I give a lot of advice. That's what my life is, advice. So I give a lot of advice. And I believe in free speech, as long as it's not bad free speech. All right. Ruby says, thanks, Scott, expat in the Philippines. Good morning to you, brother. How are you today, Scott? If you guys haven't seen Scott's channel, please do that. I would appreciate that. Scott, the same back to you. What's going on in the Philippines early in the morning, man? I haven't seen you in a while. I see that you're doing good, but I hope you're doing great. Hi, Maria, my Maria. There's a song Dennis was on the other day, and he got me to play that song, and, you know, now I got it kind of stuck in my head. I got it kind of stuck in my head, I do. But thank you all for the thumbs up and being here. If you're new, make sure you subscribe the right way. So things are exciting. We got so many little things to do. Scott, man, it's unbelievable. But how are you? What's going on here? Is it raining? Is it hot? I know I saw a few days ago, Cebu got a lot of rain and had some street flooding in Cebu. So Lorelai said that to my wife. She's like, well, I'm kind of glad we're not there. And I'm like, yeah, me too. We survived the typhoon Odette, the large one. So I need to do a video about that. I need to do a video about, the Philippines. Is it a dream or a nightmare? And explain the 5 basic mistakes we made living in the Philippines. I need to do that. I got to get around to doing that. Ruby's dropping her link, so you guys check that out. It's gloomy here at your place. It is bright and sunny where we're at and 95 degrees. So we're in about a 10-day window where it's hot, 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 and hot. So you're back in Australia. Oh, all right. I didn't know that. Doing lives, wet and cold in Australia, Melbourne. All right. I didn't realize you were back. All right. How's it going in Australia land? How's it going there? Are you happy to be back? Yeah, we love to travel. So, and sometimes you got to get back and go where you're from. But I hope you're doing well anyway. Hope your health is well. I hope it's well. So I hope, I know as we get older, a lot of us old folks are a little rough around the edges. Let me ask, I forgot to ask. Ruby, are you married or are you single? My male friends will want to know. Maria had an invitation from a gentleman the other day, had some interest in her, but I don't think she was interested in him. But if you're single, let me know, and we can pass the word along from time to time in case you're interested in meeting somebody. So, not saying that you have to, but you're welcome to. Scott, where are you in the Philippines? What part of the Philippines? And I wish I was there for the hot weather. Oh, I know. Ooh, Ruby's single. All right. I will note that. I will share. And look, here's part of what we do for everybody. Is Ruby, we have here, let me see if I can do my Facebook. Here. What is Facebook again? If you do Facebook, here, you can message us. I think, let me copy and paste this. Hang on. Is that Facebook.com? No, I need to get our Facebook link, not just a Facebook, right? Let me figure out how to do that because I'm not very bright. Ah, here it is. All right. So, if you want me to share you with people that I actually believe in and I trust, one thing you have to understand, you can find us fishing with PAC. How the hell is that? No, that's not what I was doing. How come I don't know what I'm doing, guys? Oh yeah, I dropped it right there. You can, from Fishing with PAC, that's the other channel I'm watching you on, sorry. So that's our Facebook thing, and you can message us there, and I can, put you in contact. We got back January 22nd. Maria is in Cebu. Yes, Mactan Island. Yes, we lived in Mactan Island. Know it very well. Oh, I see Scott from there. So if you are interested, we can just note that. But one thing I do is, I wouldn't recommend, and I'm very honest, I wouldn't recommend if I'm recommending that it's okay to chit chat with somebody, then I would be happy because I would trust them to be a friend of mine. So there's a lot of people on here I would say, don't do that. So, just so you know. And then you take it from there. What we do is somebody messages us, we just put you in contact with 1 or 2 friends that you might like, and then it's up to you guys to figure it out. We don't do anything else. Tyler is in the house. Says, if I donated 10 pounds where you're at, what would you get through the month? What? 10 pounds, like $10? Because 10 pounds wouldn't get me anything. Dollars, I think $10 is about $8. I couldn't really buy anything for $8 in America. Sorry, if that's what you're meaning. I'm glad you're doing good, Scott. I really am. I'll visit PAC. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Pat, see, here's Pat in the house. Pat's a good guy. $300. What could I buy in a month? Well, I can make one trip to the grocery store. You know, we buy fruit and meat. So we could buy some stuff with $300, yes. If that's what you're asking, right? Everybody said hello to Pat. I heard Pat say hello to everybody. We got a couple of good young channels in here that are growing. Pretty women. Pretty women. Too bad Dennis isn't here. Dennis is going to be jealous that he wasn't here to see Ruby and Maria again. So, hey, Pat. Good. Thank y'all for doing that. Just so you know, I'm reading the monitor over here. I'm not, you know. Pat, how are you doing, buddy? Tyler Dixon, everybody saying hello to each other. I like that. Lots of pretty women. Gotta have pretty women. The prettiest now, I just want to make sure everybody understands this. I want your guess, and if you get it right, you get a gold star. Who do you think is the prettiest woman that I know? Miss Bai's back in the house. Good to see you. Good morning. How's the breakfast going? So if you can guess who I think is the most beautiful Filipina to ever come out of the Philippines, you win the gold star. You win the gold star. That's right. My wife is the most beautiful Filipina to ever come out of the Philippines, and she's the most beautiful woman to come from any country in the entire world. Just telling you how it is. I'm not lying. I'm not embellishing. I'm not blowing smoke up your butt. I'm just telling you how it is. So, everybody said hello to Bai. Bai said hello to everybody. We got some channels in here everybody can subscribe to. If you haven't done that, make sure you subscribe to each other. But do it the right way. Thank you for thumbs up on our channel and subscribing to our channel. Ruby is single. She is single. She is single. And Dennis is always looking. Pat's always looking. My friend James in California is looking. Ruby, you might be perfect for James. I got to look at your pictures here. Hang on. I don't mean to be a weirdo, but let me look at some of your pictures. All right. I'll have to turn you on to James Robinson. My buddy James, my very first YouTube subscriber. All these years, him and I become really, really good friends. He might like you. You guys, you know, you're about the right body type that he likes. See, you never know who you're going to meet on here. Yep, Dennis was here earlier. Hey, Galactic. Yeah, Galactic's in the house. He's been here. He's getting ready to come to America just to visit me. Can you make that? He lives in Germany. He's going to fly all the way to America just to meet me. Did you guys know that? So he likes hotties. Dennis likes hotties, absolutely. Dennis likes very well-built young ladies. So Tyler's asking Robinson or Robson? Well, I don't know anybody the name of Robson. I do know some Robinsons, if that helps. You like that, Maria? I don't know. He was here earlier. He may have had to take a phone call. He does a lot of telecommunication type stuff with his company. So there's a lot of times that he has to take phone calls, you know, and solve problems virtually. Because he's in Canada and he does a lot of work in South America. So my wife is the only one for me. That's right, Scott. We've already struck the lottery, right? We already won the lottery. We got our beautiful women, and that's all good, man. So, right? We've already mastered it. Tyler kind of a weird, I'll show it. I'll prove it to be shown. Amazon warriors, he's saying like 7 foot tall. Nothing wrong with tall women. Tall women are good. Throw you around like an empty fag pocket. I don't know what that is. I think a cigarette. A fag's a cigarette where you're from. Or just well-built, wide hips, you know. I like, well, I'm married, so I think all women are ugly except for my wife. But I don't think people ought to get hung up. I mean, Dennis has, we all have a particular type, right? I mean, I don't like American women, obviously. So we all kind of have a type. But I can't say, if you put them all together, which is better. If you take the men out of the equation, our personal preferences, all women are great. All women are great. Of course not. ATN said, I'm his hottie Filipina soon. Good. He left to go somewhere by. I hope he actually gets to the Philippines to see you. So I hope so. Dennis calls you HTN's arm candy. So Tyler is asking why. Tyler, can you give me a little bit more of a sentence? Why, what? Just a little bit more explanation always helps me. Because you got to remember, I'm not very smart. So you got to explain things. Yes, Cebu is beautiful, an old city. It is cool. A lot of cool stuff in Cebu, old stuff. I'm an old guy, so I like the historical stuff. And I like that. I'm not real big on the, the new crap. But we like Cebu. You got to, we had a lot of issues living in the Philippines, which is probably my fault. But, we like Cebu. We're looking forward to going back to there soon. Not soon, but soon. Pat says, you're right, Brother David. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate that. Ruby, I'm back. I just watched your other channel, Fishing with PAC. Yeah, my real channel is the one we're on now, which is, what am I, Pat? Pat knows what I am. What am I? So our main channel, thank you for watching that other one. I do. Thank you for that. But our main channel is this one, in case anybody needs to know. But it's easier for me to read the chat on a different channel. If I can find it again. Here we are. So we are the adventures of the Philippine, oh, you guys can't see my sign. See, we are the adventures of the Philippine-American couple. I know the sign's backwards to you, but that's who we are. That's our main channel, the one we focus on. My fishing one and cruising one are just secondary ones that I'm trying to build when I get time. But I also use them so I can come in the back door and watch my live stream on the TV or the monitor. It makes it easier for me to read. Tyler says, tune, but when you answer, you got to get, Tyler, I appreciate your effort. I just need you to give me real words. Sorry. I was trying to say sorry. Tuned, Pat, when your answer, I'll still, I don't know. So, welcome, Ruby. How many screens you got? Well, I'm on my phone, just to tell you. So, the live stream is actually on my phone, my iPhone. And all I'm doing right now is I have my computer screen in front of me. So, just two. And I got my computer screen pulled up on YouTube on my fishing channel, Fishing with PAC channel. And so I'm watching my own live stream on that because obviously the screen is much bigger. The chat screen is much bigger. So that's what I'm doing. It's all right. It's all right, Tyler. It's okay. Scott, I am connected to you. Maria says, nice. I said, very good. I want you guys all to do that. You're fine. I know, Tyler. It's all right. Don't worry about it. You just keep working on it. It's fine. The key is just to give me as many words as you think you can, whole words, so that I can kind of, assess what you're talking about. Because one, I'm old and I don't know this new text language very well. All these abbreviations, it took me forever to figure out be right back, BRB, or I'll be in the background. What is that? B background or something. BG is background. Years ago, people would throw out, hey, I'll be in the BG. And I'm like, BG? What the hell is a BG? I know what a CR is, which is a toilet. I don't know what a BG is. So it took me a while. So, Yep, I agree, but I don't complain. I know it is, and I have respect for the Philippines. I don't complain about any things in the Philippines. Love it, they're good. I think there's a lot to love and there's a lot to hate, and you know that. But complaining about it doesn't do any good. It doesn't. And so I don't know what you're trying to say there, Tyler. So, but because I'm not real smart, I'm not a smart guy. You got to remember, I suffer from squishy brain syndrome. I was in a coma years ago, and when I came out of the coma, I had squishy brain, and I still have it, and I have problems. So I'm not very smart. Nice. Pat says, Brother David, my brother Mark is wearing tropical shirts now from Bro. Outstanding. Everybody needs to join the Tropical Shirt Club. I want you all to become part of the Tropical Shirt Club. All right? We do a tropical shirt party every year, and I want you guys all to become members of the Worldwide Tropical Shirt Club. See, look here. I've created a new club. See there? Tropical Shirt Club. Welcome to the Tropical Shirt Club, everybody. Woohoo! We love tropical shirts in this house. Obviously, huh? Obviously. Woohoo! Yeah, the coconut. Creepy crawlies, insects, creepy crawlies. I don't like what the bugs like. Oh, the bugs suck. Bugs suck everywhere. I don't like the creepy crawlies. I'm having an ant problem right now. I got to order some. Oh, that reminds me. I got to get that ant bait ordered. I got something else I want to tell you guys. Hang on, I got to put this in the order list. I know what type of ant bait I want. I'm having a little bit of an ant problem, and I can't figure out where they're coming from. So I got to get some ant bait. And there's this type that works as like glue. You put a little drop down, and they come and eat it and take it away. So it works really well. But I'm having a little bit of ant. So the bug sucks. Mosquitoes will eat your eyeballs, and we got bugs and snakes, and just like you. It's horrible. Thank you, Maria. I see that. That's also awesome. Yes, you gotta have that. Look, I'm gonna tell you my theory about tropical shirts. If you're new to us, why I wear tropical shirts is because as a college professor and somebody who is very influential in the world of business and some other things, I kind of been there, done that. I used to teach my students, you want to dress for the job that you want, not the job you have, right? You've ever heard that? If you're a trash collector and you want to be a manager, you dress more professional. That's the key. If you want to move up, you dress like a leader. You dress for the job you want, not the job you have. I wear tropical shirts because that's how I want to feel. Tropical shirts make me happy. I think they're cool. I think they're colorful. I think they give you energy. So I want to be energized by wearing cool stuff, hats, watches, and tropical shirts that all match. So that's my ideology or psychology behind tropical shirts, and I want you guys all to embrace that. Wear those tropical shirts and wear them proud, and because it makes you feel better. And I'll tell you, add on to that. Make sure I'm not missing anybody here. I'm good, thanks. How are you, Pat? Moses, thank you, Pat. Doing good, Maria. Good weather, fresh air. Yes, hot here, Pat. Subscribe to you, Pat, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, Pat doesn't have any content yet. He's still kind of in the infancy stage. Maria, my channel is a family channel from here in Australia and the Philippines, and it's a good channel. I like his channel. He's a good guy, too. So I went to my doctor, one of my heart doctors, because I have a bad heart. That's why, I went to my heart doctor and and I was wearing one of my purple tropical shirts. And he's having a really bad day, he told me. Just a really shitty day. And he came in and immediately he saw my really cool purple tropical shirt. And he's like, man, that's a really cool shirt. And I said, well, thanks. And he's like, I really like that. And I told him, I said, well, here's why I wear it. And I explained to him what I just told you guys about feeling a certain way. And he's like, I get it. I'm going to start doing that. Because even today, I'm having a horrible day. And your tropical shirt has made me feel brighter about today, happier about today. So I said, well, why don't you just wear one on Fridays? You're a doctor. You can get away with it on Fridays. So that's the energy we want. Yeah, Pat's working on his channel. Every day is raining here, but I enjoy it. Yes. I got to edit my things for my channel. You'll get there. It just takes time and effort. Ruby, I see. Subscribe to you, Ruby. Good, 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 good. So that's important. You know, Pat's going to work on it, and he's going to get there. So that's what I encourage you guys to do. You know, dress the way you want to feel. It's like during the winter when it's really cold, I want to feel warm. So I wear a lot of sweatshirts because I get cold easy. Pouring rain in Australia, wow. We've had a lot of rain this spring here. But right now it's dry and hot. Yep, that's great, Scott. I will visit you again later. Watch your snowy dog. Yes. So you guys do that. But remember, do it the right way. Subscribe the right way. Watch, and I know you guys are all doing that. But for anybody else listening, go watch a couple of videos, leave some comments, thumbs up, then subscribe to the channels. That will be very, very helpful. And, you know, and give people love and respect and help them out and do all those good things. So thank you, Pat, for subscribing. Yeah, Pat, let's go. Yeah, Pat loves Filipinas too, and Ruby's single. I think Maria's single, but I think she's not real interested in dating. I can't remember. I don't want to speak for Maria. But, you know, between Pat, here's the 3 guys that I recommend. Would be Pat. Pat's a good guy. Dennis is a buddy of mine, and my friend James are the only 3 guys that I know on the internet that I would recommend to any girls, to be honest. The only 3. The only 3. Well, because you had Dennis flirting with you, Maria. Dennis was trying hard, man. He was flirting with you, and you just kind of brushed him off. You know, I saw it. I was on the live stream, Maria. I saw, you know, so I'm kind of like, you know, Maria, you know, if Dennis has interest in you, it'd be worth looking at because, you know, that's why I say that. It's just kind of like, you know, I'm already connected to your group last time. Oh, did you? Did you ever message me? Am I the failure? Am I the one who's let you down, Maria? Is that it? So you're connected to our Facebook? I'll have to find you then. And because I can send you over to Dennis. So matchmaking? Well, I guess so. It seems like we do a lot. We put a lot of people in together. Pat says, I am good guy. I am a good guy, ladies. Yeah, Pat's a good guy. What should I say? Ha, 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 ha. Yeah. Matchmaking for Ruby. I'll matchmake for both of you, you know. So, but if you got us on Facebook, did you message us or anything on Facebook? Or to my wife's group or something? Because I'm not savvy on a lot of things. So you can just message, right? I guess. Can you message somebody? Yeah. So just message us, right? On Facebook. And let me put that in there. And we'll see what we can do. But I'm not real good but that's the only way I know to connect people is just say, hey, here's here, you guys figure out how to, you guys talk to each other. So Pat says, I just enjoy meeting new people, looking to have one in the, Pat's looking, but what's this? Hang on a second. I got to decide if I want to show this. Hey, Maria, let me ask you a question. Do you know somebody called Cheese Steakable, Maria? Hi, Billy. Billy in the house Hillbilly's in the house. Oh, hi, there he is. There's Billy. I didn't see you come in. Sorry, Hillbilly. But do you know somebody? Is there somebody Cheese Steakable? Hillbilly in Asia, good to see you. Thank you for being here, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you for acknowledging him, Maria, because I didn't catch him. So we appreciate the assist on that. I'm doing good, man. Hillbilly, I'm sorry. I missed you there. Didn't mean to do that. You know that. My Facebook is, I have 3 Facebooks. Okay. Scott saying hello to Hillbilly. Ruby saying hello. We're doing good. How's Hillbilly? How are you doing, buddy? So do you know this one here, Maria? No, I think he's trolling. Okay. Just wanted to check with you because he's trolling for you. So, all right, I'm with you. That's okay, Maria. Yep, we're on the same page. I always just like to check with things. I don't like any bullying or sexual harassment or any of that crap on my channel. We don't put up with that. We put up with a lot of talk, a lot of trash talking maybe, a lot of joking, a lot of conversations, open ones that we can have about things, but we're not going to put up with, that. Is that right, Pat? So what's going on in the Philippines? What's going on, Hillbilly? Where are you at now? What part of the world are you in now? Oh, I want to tell you guys all a story in case you didn't hear it. There's been Sophie tried crawling. Wow, you got some crawling going on? Holy crap, already, wow. Pat says, yep, you're right. Let's do a cheesecake. You must respect everyone and not go away. I agree. Cheesecake, this is my channel. I set the rules. And if you don't like it, I don't care. If you do like it, the great, welcome. We're happy to have you. So, yeah, just the way it is. Yeah, the moderators can handle them. But here's what I say, what I do. I don't mind people trolling a little bit. One, it helps the chat count, makes the channel busier until they get to a certain point where you got to get rid of them. So if people come in and they're trying to, because here's what I find a lot of times. A lot of people will come in the chat and do a little trolling when they figure out it doesn't work with me, that I can turn it around on them. Some of them become nice people then, and they join the chat and become normal, and they're not dickheads anymore. If they don't and turn into a dickhead, and then we just put them in timeout and send them on their way. So, you know what I mean, buddies, boys and girls, that's what we do, right? 7-month-old baby, woohoo, man. Time flies when you're having a baby. That's my job, Scott says. So that's kind of what we don't mind that, because sometimes people come in and they don't know how to talk. One thing I've learned over the years of doing this, we get a lot of people from all over the world. And a lot of the people, their English skills are not very strong. So they may come in, and this is a tip to everybody that has a YouTube channel. So somebody may come into your channel and they're typing things and it doesn't sound right. It may sound aggressive. But you got to stop and think real quick for a second. Are they trolling, or are they just using words that they think are normal language in America or the Philippines or whatever it may be, or Germany, but it's not. They don't understand the context of the words that they're using. They just know this might be proper English, but it doesn't flow right. So you got to kind of wait and see how that goes, because sometimes they don't know any better about what they're typing. And so I try to give them a little bit of a chance to work it out before I trash can them. So Cheesecake you're right, is going to be a troll. If he's a bad troll, we'll kick his ass out. This is the way it is. If he's a good troll, he can stick around. Brother David, send her a baby tablet for her to learn. Nice. Send her a nice, man. Got her a tablet already. Oh my God, she's going to be the next Elon Musk and Bill Gates. Send me some new pictures. Nice. You sent them on Facebook? Oh, there we go. Oh my God. Oh, that's adorable, buddy. Come on, get in the picture. Come on. I like the big Chinese or Japanese Buffy. What do you call it? Stuffed animal thingies. I like those. She's doing good, buddy. I'm proud of you. Oh, yeah, she's got the little tablet going to keep her entertained. That's great. That's great, buddy. Congratulations. That's stunned. Outstanding. So, outstanding. Ruby, Ruby. Hi, Cheesecake. Yes, as long as Cheesecake believes. So, yep, I saw the video. That's good. You should be very pleased. Very pleased, my friend. And why aren't you blue, by the way? I don't know why you're not blue. I don't know. There you go. Sorry, Hillbilly. I got you squared away now. Yeah, well, yeah, ignoring them works, but I have, or maybe this just becomes from my educational background, as a college teacher. Sometimes I like to educate, I guess. And so sometimes I don't mind having a dialogue with a troll as long as it's not bad stuff. I don't mind that. If they ask a lot of stupid questions, I can answer them real quick and keep moving around. But you guys all know, a lot of the blue people know what to do. If it's too far one way or this way, sometimes I get bored and I enjoy harassing the troll. So, but yeah, for the most part, we just blow them off. But if they print things that are bad or type things that are bad, then we got to eliminate them. How are you, Ruby? I'm doing good, Scott. Thank you for asking. She's doing good. Her and Maria are sisters, if you guys didn't know, and they're both men hunting. Yes, you got to visit the house. All right, Tyler. So you're not going to be able to do that. So you can't use that word in English language. All right? So you can't use that word. Just so you know, Tyler, you're okay. You just can't use that word. All right, let me check here. Got her on a walker. I'm looking at Scott's baby. Ah, looky there. She got a pink stroller. Roller stroller, is that what you call that? A seat stroller? So that they can bounce around the house? Oh my goodness. You're doing good, buddy. Yeah, Tyler, I understand that. It's just the way the word is inappropriate in this part of the world. I'm happy for you, buddy. Kids are looking great. The house looks good. Looks like you guys are having a time of your life over there. I know you probably miss not being there. So I understand, and we all feel you for that one. Yes. Nice, nice, nice. Very nice. Billy. That's a great kid. Beautiful little daughter. Do you have any videos on her on your YouTube channel? No? All right. They grow up fast. Got the mama an e-bike? I got an e-bike. I'm going to go riding tonight. That's why I came on live today. Because I'm going to go riding tonight. Here in a little while. I'm going to go bike riding on my e-bike. Guess who's in the house? Beautiful man I am. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging my beauty, Tyler. Appreciate that. Mike and Venus, hello. Gave us some thumbs up and some likes and all that. Everybody subscribe to Mike and Venus. If you haven't done that, they're getting close to 2,000 subscribers. Hey, Mike and Venus. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. Everybody said hello to each other. I'm glad you guys are doing that. Get to know each other. We got to make our channels grow. I'm trying to get to 4,000. So I appreciate that. So we're trying to get there. Shout out to Mike. Yep. And you guys all know how to do the right. Oh, let me just going to tell you, we deported. I was going to tell you. I saw in the news today that 16 Filipino men was taken off of a cruise ship that they worked on for Carnival out of the port of Virginia. I can't remember the port name. There's a cruise ship where when it landed in America, 16 Filipino men were arrested and deported immediately and banned to come back in America for 10 years. That happened. There are people mad about it, but the bigger picture is this. One, yes, they were legal. They had the H-1 visas or the work visas, completely legal. Nothing wrong with any of their paperwork. But the problem was they were messing with photographs of little people, little children. So they were involved in that. So our government arrested them, took them off the ship, deported them back to the Philippines. So, and they're banned to come to America for 10 years. So that's happening right now. Some people, the Democrats, are mad going, hey, you should have made them go to trial and they should have a right for this. Well, no, technically you don't. If you're not a permanent resident and or a citizen, you have no rights in America. So they don't have a right to challenge because we can take your work visa away at any point in time. But these guys were playing with little children, and they worked on a cruise ship. So, they had to go away. So that's happened in the news recently about the Philippines. Let me get caught up here. Oh, dilated fishing waters are 200 meters offshore. Okay, yeah. So that's deep water, the cold water fish. 200 meters is way out there. I agree with that. Scott says, thank you, Ruby. 200 miles, okay. 200 miles, yep. That's crazy. Is it really far? I think the furthest we've deep sea fished is about 15 miles offshore. I think our biggest trip was 15 miles offshore for deep sea fishing. It is crazy. I was just making toast. Yeah, I'm going to have dinner here in a little bit myself. Pat says, crazy. Oh, let me see. That's not a bike. I thought you said you sent her an e-bike. That's not an e-bike. I want one of those, Scott. Can you send me one to my house? That's a full-fledged golf cart. In America, we call that a golf cart, buddy. Oh my God, it's really nice looking. I'd like to have that. I don't know, it wouldn't be legal here to drive anywhere. But man, I'd like to have that. You should send me one. That's a golf cart, buddy. And, sorry, Hillbilly, sorry, I say Scott. Sorry, getting you guys all confused. Hillbilly, that's not an e-bike, buddy. That's a golf cart. It's a nice one. But I know what you mean. Because it has 4 wheels. Yep, we have that here. Yes, 3 of them in child care. Yes. So, yeah, but they're out of here now. And they're banned for, I don't know, and I admit, I don't know why they're not banned for life to come into America. They're only banned for 10 years. So, but all their visas have been revoked. This one she got, okay, let me look. Oh, damn, Hellbelly, you're a stud muffin. Holy smoking butt farts. Hell, if you would send me that, I would marry you too, buddy. Holy crap. That's cool. Now, I'd like to have a different color. Can I show this to the audience, Hillbilly? Would you mind if I showed the picture of this? All right, because I always ask permission before I do anything like that. Look at that. I want one of those. Isn't that cool? 3 wheels, beautiful colors. I like it. I'm a big fan of oddball colors, and, I don't have a problem with all of that good stuff. That's a nice one, man. Wow. I know, right, Bye? Isn't that awesome? That's what I said. If Hillbilly would send me one of those, I'd marry him. So, nice. She's a very lucky lady, buddy, and you're doing a good job taking care of her. So, you just keep taking good care of her and the little one, and you're going good. Can you send a link? A link to what? I think you could copy and paste one. I don't know if it won't be active or, 16,000 pesos, 5K down for 12 months. That's not bad. Pretty sure Henry likes it too. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if Henry would like it or not. To be honest, I don't know if he would like it or not. He'd probably say it's too girly, or it's not fast enough, or he would modify this or that or this. So I don't know if he would like it. I know you'd like. I'd like it. I'd drive it around here in America. People would laugh at me, but I would do it. Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, Henry's bigger than I am now. So yeah, it would be a little tight for me, but I'd be driving it around as a fat guy going woohoo. So yes, I saw that. At 54 years of age, I really liked him. The actor died. Yes. Yep, I saw that. Oh, I didn't know he drowned, but I heard that he died. Lots of lights. I like the lights too, man. I like that stuff. I actually like the colors. I'm kind of one of these people that I really like oddball colors. Pastels are cool. Metallics are great. I'm kind of a big fan of some of that stuff. So I really like it. I'm telling you, I think he did a good job, buddy. Scott says we have those small scooters that look like a car now. Lights and everything on. Oh, really? See, here, you can't ride any of them on the road. I could ride it around in the neighborhood and go pick up my mail, but I couldn't take it anywhere else. I'd get arrested. 54 years old. 54 years old, I saw that. He was a good actor. So, yeah. Yeah, those are cool. Very cool, man. If we lived in a big community like Florida where you can drive golf carts and it's not weird and they make roads for golf carts, I would do one of those. But here where we live, no. They'd have me in jail in a day or two. Sent me the link. Nice. Wow. 3-wheel Sprinter Max e-bike. Technically, if you want to be a putthead, a teacher like me, it's a trike. I'd call it an e-trike because it has 3 wheels. The bikes only have 2 wheels, bike. But it's very cool. 13,000 pesos. Wow, it's nice. Congratulations. That's cool, buddy. And it's really good to hear from you. 32. I would take a photo. Yes. Yeah. Send it to me. Yeah, I like stuff, but around here in America, man, you get a ticket for farting in the wind, So driving, street legal is tough here. And of course, what you have to understand, a lot of places in America is not user-friendly to things like that. The other cars will run you off the road. We have a lot of road rage in America. If you block traffic or if you slow, people get pissed. People will ride their mopeds or scooters or small motorcycles that only go 30, 35 miles an hour, and people get mad at them guys. All right, Scotty, appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you. I'll tell you guys said hi and all that good stuff. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Passing ships in the night like a fart on a breeze. That's right. That's right. You don't want to do that in America. All right, let me check it out. Yeah, this one, yes, in America, that looks like an American golf cart. The 4-wheeler. I'll show everybody the 4-wheeler. This is what we used to go golfing in America, something like that. I gotta admit, I like the trike better. That one was 15,500 pesos. I like the other one better. The other one's cooler looking, It just looks cooler. Reminds me of like going to the beach and hanging out. If I lived in a beach community, I would ride that around. Because I would feel like it almost feels like a tropical shirt. You know what I mean? When you ride that, you couldn't help but make yourself happy riding it. So good job, buddy. I like it. I like it like that. I do indeed. I like it. Yes, 15 to 25, yes. Deliver, that's nice. It's not a bad price. It's not a bad price. Not a bad price at all. Congratulations on that. I'm sure she's tickled to death that she's happy. You know, Sanders in the house, my friend. Everybody subscribe if you're having to my good friend Sanders down in Texas, Lincoln. How are you today, buddy? I know you're working hard. Good to see you, though. Good to see you. I'm going to go bike riding in a little bit. Can you imagine that? Some old fat guy's going to get on a bicycle and go ride around. So, Pat says hello to you. I don't know where I'm going to ride to yet. I got a buddy who's going to use my truck later this week, so I'm not going to put my bike hitch on it. I don't know. I may just sneak through the neighborhoods and get on the road or something. So, out here working, making the money. Yeah, we got some stuff in the garage I need to get sold to make some money because my wife's getting ready to buy a very expensive purse. She's been saving up. So, you know, I need to create some extra cash just to give her. So I got a bunch of stuff out in my garage we don't need, so we're going to be side hustling that. Emily says she used it for the business, the cafe, sorry store. Yeah, it looks like a nice little transportation device. Pat says hello to you, Sanders. Tyler's asking, can you play a flute while you do? No, I cannot play a flute. I do not play musical instruments in any way, shape, and or form. So, nope, I'm sorry. But, you know, we are still e-begging. If anybody wants to e-beg, I'm still looking to buy my wife a beach house in Alabama or Florida. If anybody wants to donate, you know, a beach house or the money to buy a beach house, just let me know. So, whistling, yeah. No, I can't play any musical instruments at all, thank God. You guys wouldn't want to hear me playing it anyway. It's like I tell people, if you don't want me to sing, you better super chat or I'm going to start singing and all hell's going to break loose. So you don't want me doing musical stuff at all. Well, Sanders, I know that you're working hard, doing the thing, man. I appreciate your effort in taking care of the family. And we're working hard too. It's hot here, you know, but we got to get some stuff sold out of the garage. You know, that's part of my task this week. I got a lawnmower, you know, that's a really good quality lawnmower that I don't use. It needs to go on Facebook Marketplace. We got some really nice, high quality, high-end leather chairs and then some normal chairs. So we got some stuff we need to get rid of. So that's my big chore for the week. And to try to get that going. So, YouTube and Maria says, yes. Remember, if you're blue, if you want to drop your link, you can. You don't have to ask. So, and Sanders has a great YouTube channel, too. He's got some great puppies that drag him around the neighborhoods. So, so we're working on that because I want Lorelai to be able to get the purse she wants, you know, and I've told her anything we sell out of the garage, she can have half of. How's that, right? So I told her, I made her a deal, motivation, right? I said, Lorelai, look, we got all this stuff in the garage that we don't need, don't use, don't care about. Why don't we clean it up, get it out on the Facebook Marketplace, and sell it? And I'll tell you what, I'll give you half of it if you help me sell it, if you help me get it ready. You can have half of the money we get, and I'll take the other half and just use it in bills. 7 p.m. still 98 degrees where he's at in southern Texas. Ruby dropped her link, by the way. It's 90 degrees here. It's starting to go down. That's why I'm like, here in a little bit, I'm going to go bike riding. I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to get my fat butt out there and ride my e-bike. I got to get some use out of my e-bike. So, you know, I did a video on that if you guys haven't seen it. So I got to get, I'm trying to get, you know, I'm down about 60 pounds, 65 pounds. I'd like to drop another 10 pounds So my thought is, if I can get out there and get exercise a couple of times a week, because I really haven't been exercising at all. So if I could get out there and do it a little bit, maybe I can drop another 10 over the summer. And that'll probably be the lightest I've been in a long time, you know. So, but if you saw, we went out to dinner last night with some friends and ate at a Woodstone pizza place. And had a good time with our friends the Giovannis, and I definitely look a little slender than I did, so I'm happy about that. Health is wealth, it is. Yes, Scott, absolutely. Drop anything you want. The rule of thumb is if you're blue, Scott, you don't have to ask. I know, I appreciate you asking, but you don't have to ask. If you're blue in color, you can drop whenever you want, as many times as you want. Anything you want to drop. You don't have to ask permission on my channel. But I appreciate it, but you don't have to. So yeah, feel free to drop it. And send me a video of the calf. Cool, let me see. Crap. Now I got to figure out how to get back over there. Nice, Mark. Let me see. Can I got to figure out how to turn this off. Yeah, Billy, do you mind if I show the audience the video you just sent me? Would that be okay? Ruby, just subscribed to you from Sanders. Sanders, great channel. He's a good guy. If we lived closer, I would hang out with him, but he lives a little far from me. Sure? All right. This is my good friend Hillbilly here, video. I know it's kind of in a weird situation, but oh, okay. So this is their little cafe, right? Tim's in the house. Good evening, Tim. What are they making there, Hillbilly? Thank you, Sanders. Get back to you later. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh. Oh, those are the bubble thingies, right? Milk tea, yeah. I like milk tea. Tyler, that's inappropriate. It's my buddy's video from his store in the Philippines, if that's what you're asking. We share things in this part of the world, and we're nice about it, Tyler. Sure, you can have black coffee instead. I like milk tea. It's a little sweet for me, you know, but I do like it very much. I like the mango and the mocha green stuff. Oh, look at their pretty little faces. Oh, cookies and cream. I've never had that one. Hillbilly says, has fries, hamburgers, cheese, fish, barbecue, and chicken. Nice. Looking good. Very nice. All right. Let me get back caught up now. Let me get caught up. All right. So Scott's going to do a live stream, and it'll be a good live stream, Saturday night, 12 a.m. Australia time, 9 p.m. the Philippines time. I have my 60th on this Saturday night, but I'm hoping I'll be home from Riddles Creek before my live. I turned 60. Congratulations on turning 60, by the way. Congratulations. Happy birthday to you. I'm not 60, but I know someday I'll probably be 60. Someday I'll probably be there, but I'm not there yet. I'm still like in my 20s, you know. I just look mature for my age. Bubble tea, yeah, we have bubble tea in America now. You can get bubble tea in America now. I remember when you couldn't. I remember when it first came to America. I like bubble teas. A little sweet, and the tapioca pearls, sometimes, you know, a little too much. But yes, Tim, I missed him. Scott says hello to you. Tim says hello to Scott, sorry. Tim, how are you today? How are things going? Tim, any good news? I know you're headed to Canada soon, but I know you're having some other things. Anything good or, we got your back. So, Tyler is trying to say inshallah or shal. I wish I was 60, Tim says. Yes. Well, I'm not 60 yet. I got 40 or 50 years before I get there. I don't know how long I got, but I hope I make it to 60. There's been I've died 4 times, so the odds, are a little against me, but I might make it there. Yeah, the bubble tea's everywhere now. I mean, it's everywhere. Even the Mexican places sell bubble tea, which I think is kind of funny. But yes. So the 6-year-old's doing much better. Good, Tim. Good to hear that. Everybody says, I'm turning 60, retire in 2 years. Congratulations. I know, yeah, congratulations on retirement. And I know you're looking forward to it so that you can be with your family and enjoy your life. So I'm very happy for you. I'm retired. I've been retired for 11 years, and I got to admit, I kind of hate it. So I kind of hate it. Not really happy with retirement myself. But doing YouTube and traveling helps. But, the prayers help. Good, Tim. Good. It's good to hear. Yeah, it is. So, we have good news on our side of the world. Our friends, the Giovannis, are expecting a baby in the spring. They're a Filipino couple that are like family to us. They live here. So they're having a baby. A baby's coming up in the spring. So we had dinner with them last night at a pizza joint and was talking about her baby shower. And I want to get your honest opinion. So while you guys are all here, let me get your honest opinion. And by the way, if you haven't given us a thumbs up, do that. So my wife and I at our house are going to host their baby shower. And the Giovannis, the ones having a baby, they don't really need a bunch of baby stuff. They don't need people to give them gifts. So instead of people giving them gifts, what we're going to do is put together a thing where people can donate money to them so that they can invest it in a 529, which is a educational fund, a savings account for the kid's college fund, for his college education, or whatever the kid wants to do once it's 29, or to pay for college or trade school or anything like that. So let me ask you this. So that's my question. Would anybody be offended if we said, all right, no presents, just send us cash. Here's a PayPal link. If you want to transfer it, or you can just bring cash to the party, we'll have a box set up, or envelopes, cards. You don't got to. What do you guys think? Because they don't really need baby stuff. But getting a few $100, $1,000 raised to put in a college fund, is more important to them. And I agree with them and support it. So what do you guys think? Anybody have any thoughts on that? Would that be offensive to you? Because one, you don't got to come to the baby shower. If you don't like us, don't come to the baby shower, right? So let me get caught up here. I've been writing. It's great. Get Social Security, yes, on 7. Okay, good. So you're going to take your Social Security, nice. 6, that's right. Your kid should get some. That's right. She's under 17. Good. Happy birthday, Hillbilly. Yes. I subscribe to your channel. And you're welcome, Hillbillies. Thank you, Scott. Everybody's saying thank you. This is good. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to set it up to where you can just donate to the child's fund. Now, we're having the party. We're going to buy the food. And people will, we're going to have a cake ordered and do a traditional baby shower. But they don't need a bunch of weird baby gifts. They will. These are honest people, and trust me. What it is they're very how do I want to say this? Very financially savvy people. they have a lot of different investments. So they don't need, they can buy what they need for their kid. You know what I mean? But they already got people, wanting to give gifts, like, well, what do you need? And so that's where they kind of thought, well, we don't really want people giving us anything, but we get the fact they want it, but they are financially savvy, and they're the people. I'll say you this. There's three people in the world that I would trust my finances with, and he's one of them. So I would trust him with any money I got. I could leave out $1 million in cash and it's all going to be there. If I asked him to invest and do this, do that, he would do it. He's one of the three people that I know I could blatantly trust. So that's why I support that. But you're right. You're right, Tim. David, good. She's got $635 USD. Yeah, that's going to help out tremendously in the Philippines, because you're going to go live in the Philippines full time, right? So that's going to be really good. Scott says it's going to help my channel out. Nice. Yes, everybody's helping everybody, and that's what we need to do. You got a new video coming. I'm working on some videos too. There are more of my videos on my YouTube channel. Yes. If we have a one baby, she gets $635 max on 2 credits. That's correct. Only 2 kids, right? $1,200 USD. That's right. Yeah, I think they changed that. So we don't know what else to do, because, if you don't need baby gifts, what do you do, right? I mean, it would be a waste of money. I mean, they wouldn't use the baby gifts. So, and people don't have to give, but they have a lot of, they're both professional people, and they have a wide variety of, I don't know. So that's what we're thinking about doing. But we're going to have the party at my house, probably late January, and do all of that good stuff. So Pat says, yes, Maria dropped her link again. Yes. Heavenly Brother David talked to security. They gave a total of 2 kids, $1,200. $1,200 is gigantic in the Philippines just for that. So I agree with you. Yeah, the max is going to be $1,200, 2 now. So, but still, if you guys have 2 kids, that's great. Plus your money. If you're wise in the Philippines, like Tim, you can live very well on a couple $1,000s in the Philippines with the family. But you got to be wise. You know what I mean? She wants one girl. But you got to be wise. You can't live, wastefully. You got to think about the money, use it wisely, plan for it, which I know you do. But that's one of the tips I tell people, because a lot of people go to the Philippines and or other foreign countries and think, oh my God, I have all of this money. I'm going to live like a crazy man and not put it where it needs to go. So house and the land paid off, great. So you keep working that system. Don't just piss it away for another way. And I know you won't. But a lot of guys get over there and they go, oh my God, I have all of this money. And they just piss it away. And that's okay with them. That's okay. But if it's not what you want, you got to be careful, even in the Philippines, about budgeting your money. Because it can slip out of your fingers pretty quick. And we all know that. And that's the same way in America. You get some money in America, it can go out your fingertips pretty dang quick. So you just got to be cognitive of that, very cognitive of that. So. But, man, we thank everybody for liking us tonight, thumbs upping us, all that good stuff, subscribing to everybody, which is very important. It's Monday. Man, it's a fun day, right? It is Monday, isn't it Monday? So I got my cool new hat on. You like my hat, by the way? I got one of my tropical t-shirts on, $1,200 plus, yeah. That's what I mean, $2,500, just say $2,400, $2,200. You could just... save $400 and use your budget for $2,000, and it can be really, really good. It may be almost too much, and in some situations you can have too much. When we lived in the Philippines, not to brag or anything, but we had we never used our monthly expenditures to the fullest ever. We never came close. never came close to busting our, I mean, you know, what we get monthly, we never come close to using that in the Philippines, is what I'm trying to say. And unfortunately, many vloggers here are saying they need 4,000 or more to live in the Philippines. 4,000? Wow. I think that's ridiculous. You know, 2,000 is perfectly fine. For a small family, 2,000, you can do it easily. I mean, you just got to be smart. If you go out and buy a $50,000 car, well, that's stupid. You know what I mean? If you got to have 20 TVs in your house, well, that's stupid, right? But if you just live a normal life, 2 grand's a lot of money in the Philippines, and you can do well with it, I believe. Tim, do you agree 2 grand is a really good number, a good, happy number? Pat Ruby, oh, I'm sorry, I missed something. Ruby Maria, bye. I let you know when I get my channel going. All right, nice. Dave, we got the cafe, the Sorry store, and the clothing store. Nice. So you got, one thing I'll tell you, one of the biggest mistakes we made, and I'll tell you, I need to just do a video someday. I keep saying that, and I never get around to it. I need to do a video about the mistakes we made living in the Philippines. And we made a lot of mistakes. But one of the big mistakes was boredom. What we should have done, and if we ever went back to the Philippines to live permanently, we should have bought a resort. We should have bought a beach resort and ran it as a business, because I was bored shitless in the Philippines. Bored out of my effing mind. You just can't imagine how bored I was in the Philippines. So we should have done a business so that we had something to focus on, something to do. But we didn't do it. Learn and live. How much money, Tyler is asking, would it take for how long you expect to live? Well, Tyler, it's a little bit of a tricky one. Well, like Tim just said, I live on less than 2 grand a month. I have a housekeeper and a driver on call. Yeah, that's what I mean. If you want to live in the country of the Philippines, 2 grand a month for you and a wife, and it's perfectly good for the rest of your life. You know, you just need 2 grand a month. You can live on 1,500. You can live on 1,000 if you try. If you want to live like a Filipino, you can live on a $500 a month budget. But you're not going to, have air conditioning and other things. David, buy a land hectare, build a chicken and broilers, 6-stall piggery, garden, keep busy. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I'm not a farmer. We do own land in the Philippines. We do own land, but we're not farmers. That's not gonna happen. But we're gonna go back in 27 and decide whether we're gonna build a couple rental properties or we're gonna build a retirement home. We haven't decided. So we got to go back then. But we had plenty of money. We should have bought one of the resorts. And just turn it in. Look, we didn't need the business to make money. I didn't need the resort to pay its own bills. After hindsight's 2020, we would have lived in it like our house, and then maybe we would have just rented out like an Airbnb or something. But it would give us something to do. So, our house plans are very swell. I have to do the downstairs yet. I have a few more things going on. Okay. By yourself, you can live easily on $1,200, $1,300 a month in the Philippines by yourself. A few acres and a horse. Well, you can always rent land and don't have to buy it. And that's one thing. So you can rent a little place with some land and get a horse if you want to. And that would all fit into that. I raised on a farm both sides of 3,000 acres. Yeah, I understand that. Me, not a farm boy. I appreciate farmers and farms and ranchers and what they do. And I like animals, but, a few horses in the Philippines, yeah, I know. Maybe some caribou, but now, thinking of horses, my niece, she's getting her social media off. My niece is a professional horse trainer, horse person, She has a place where she keeps horses. I don't know what that's called. But she's a professional horse trainer, a professional barrel racer. She's a professional singer and model. And she's doing her social media now. So if you see it on my Facebook, it's called, I don't know, you'll see, it's only horse people we know. If you would like her social media stuff, I would appreciate it when it comes up. She's a blonde girl and always is around horses. So, but she has her own business now in Texas. So I'm very proud of her. So if you guys will help her with her social media, if you see anything from our channel, go like it and share it because she needs to get out there. Retired, the big stuff, yes. Horses need 2 hectares. If I have 2 to 4 horses, yes. Yeah. Stable. She has a stable. Is that the word? Chicken and tomatoes. Yeah, you can do chickens. Tomatoes, you guys living in the Philippines currently, correct me if I'm wrong, tomatoes don't grow very well in the Philippines, do they? The soil is not very conducive to tomatoes. Am I right or wrong about that? I know there's a lot of things that grow well in the Philippines, but there's a lot of things that don't grow well. Let me pull your stuff up here, buddy. Wow, man, you guys got a nice setup. Let me get the camera fixed. I'll show everybody your place there in the Philippines. I like it. I like it, buddy. It's a cool, man. Very nice. Let me show the picture here. You want to tell everybody where to find it at? Where they can go there? What part of the Philippines? It's a beautiful place. I'd like to make that my backyard. I could turn my backyard into this. We could turn our backyard into that. I would like to do that. I would really, all right, you guys are going to have to help me because, my brain is squishy. Looks lovely. Yeah, it looks cool, man. All bamboo. Yeah, we don't have bamboo like the Philippines. I would really like to, what I would like, and you got to help me with the terminology. The little houses, the nipa huts with the bamboo. I would like to have one of those in my backyard. But in America, you're not going to get one. But we could easily buy one in the Philippines. I'd like to have one in my backyard to hang out in. So, allbamboo.com. Let's see, where's he going with that one? Looks lovely. Yes, my brother had a sister-in-law that trains horses. He even had a few run in the Kentucky. Nice, Tim. Cool. Yeah, she's actually a professional barrel racer. She's won some big money, some big competitions. And she's started training them professionally also. And she's starting to build her clientele up. And she's doing really well. And I've encouraged her to start her social media stuff because I think she could make a fortune on social media. Because one, she's a pretty girl. She's a very likable, charming young lady. And she does all this horse stuff herself. She bucks hay. She's a badass chick. And I've told her, I said, all you got to do is people would follow your horses. You teach them about horses. You can be a mentor to other girls. So I'm hoping she gets into that. All solar lights. That's the best way to be. I got a bunch of solar lights in my backyard too. I updated my patio this year, and you guys have seen that on my Facebook page. Maybe I didn't show it on Facebook. I don't know. I know I made a short on YouTube about it. So Tim says, kudo, yes. All solar lights. How did you go with your heart tablets there? Well, okay, Scott, here's what I did, and it is a problem. I got lucky enough that my heart doctor before I went to live in the Philippines, gave me 2 years worth of medicine because I couldn't get in trust store in the Philippines. There is other things that I could take, but I like the entrust store. So he gave me 2 years worth of free medicine to take with us. And I did. And that's what I took. Now we came back in a year, a little bit after a year. So I still had some, but that's what we had to do. It was hard to get. Even baby aspirins or the 82 milligrams in the Philippines was not easy to find. But we found those. I hope that helps, Scott. Won't be pretty, Tyler says. Being beautiful is timeless. Yes. Yeah. Mark, I think you sent me the message to the wife. you sent me a message. I think it meant for your wife. But aspirin's difficult. That's correct. So if you're going to go to the Philippines and you take like an 82 milligram, a baby one, just get the biggest bottle you can from America and take it with you. So and you had to buy one at a time. That was one weird thing. When I did find it, I was only they would give me more, but they were all individually wrapped, in the bubble thingies or the pill thingies or whatever you want to call them. So but that's what we did. But the weird thing is this. I will say this: the Philippines didn't work for us for we had a lot of issues, and a lot of it's probably my fault. But health-wise, I was never better. Weight was down, breathing was better, energy was better, mentally not better, but physically, the food is so much. I mean, I felt like everything. I felt like I was a lot healthier living in the Philippines, without question. A lot healthier living that close to fresh air, even though there's a lot of pollution there, a lot of garbage on the streets. But I felt healthier in the Philippines than I do in America. I don't know how to explain that. And a lot of it's the food. I think a lot of it's the food. So, but yes, maybe that, Oh, let me see if I can find let me see if I can show you my backyard. Let me get here. I think I did a short of my backyard. Oh, here it is. I'll have to show you. Here's something I got for my backyard this year. You guys want to see? I bought this. Look at this. You guys like this? They like that beach sign? See? Portable power station, 24 watt. Yes, generator, solar panels, and burnout. You got to do that. Did you say a lot of garbage? Yes, I did. Nah, I'm out. That's all right. It ain't all for everybody, I can tell you that. Looks cool. Mine's going to say nothing to see here. Cool sign, though. Yeah, it's a cool sign. Yeah, I did some, I don't know what they are. I think they're all on my phone. Maybe I got them on Facebook. I don't know if I posted any of my backyard. I redid my patio. I extended it so I made a dirty kitchen. So we have a true Filipino dirty kitchen, American style, and a bigger patio. And I added some lighting features and that sign and some different furniture. So, we did that. So it's a nice patio now. Here's what we looked like last night. That's Lorelei and I at the pizza joint. This is our friends, the Giovannis. They're the ones that are going to have the baby next year. The Giovannis. You got to have solar backup. We spent, after the typhoon, we spent 12 days without power before we got to a hotel that had half power. And then, it took us months to get reestablished. Ah. All right, here's my niece's Facebook page, but she does TikTok and YouTube. So Double Barrel Horses is the name of her company that raises that does horses now. And I think this is her best horse that's won some big money. So, but that's her there. I'll show you some pictures. See, they asked her to sit for a photo shoot the other day. So they wanted her, she did some modeling for a company the other day. These are her horses. I think that's her favorite horse. I think it's called, I can't remember. But if you guys will go and check her out, Double Barrel, see? Double Barrel Horses, right there. If you see that on any of my social media feed, I'm just trying to help her, you know, do her thing. Yeah, we don't look too bad when we take a bath. You know, we clean up, you know. We do. We like to try to dress like we're a couple. So, you know, we do. We try to dress halfway decent sometimes. So, I can show you the food we had last night. You guys want to see the food? I forgot. Lorelai posted it on Facebook. There's the food. That's the pizza, chicken wings, some other things, you know. We had Korean-style chicken wings, pizza, and bread with a dip. And there's that good-looking guy with the white shirt on. We have clear title on our 400 square. Wow, that's good. See, that's what we got to do. When we go back in 27, we're going to be getting our clear title. That's partly why we're going back. We want to do it in person. I don't trust, you know what I mean? So I want to do it in person. And we need to go back anyway, so we're going to do it in person. So I'm with you there. All right, so let me get back to the thing here. So we had a good time last night. All of that good stuff. So where am I at? All right. Yeah, I wish I had a way to show you, but I think the pictures are only on my phone. And I don't know if still there. Still there. So yeah, all right. All right, my friends, we've been on quite a while today. I'm going to try to get off of here. I'm going to go get my e-bike ready. And I'm going to try to go do a little bit of e-biking, get some exercise. I got to feed my dog Lily. It's her time to eat little Lily. But for all of you guys hanging out in the background, we appreciate y'all. Remember to subscribe. If you appreciate what we do, you know how to do the PayPal thing. If anybody needs anything, just message us. We're happy to help you however we can. Stay in touch. Some of you single ladies, let me know. Just go to the Facebook, message us so we can connect. And I'll connect you with the single men. And if you guys hit it off, you hit it out. And all of that good stuff. But Maria, Ruby, we always appreciate the ladies coming because it makes it more fun. Hillbilly, great to see you, man. It really is good to see you guys all. Scott, everybody that came in tonight. We did. So, friends, we will maybe see you tomorrow. We'll see if I survive my bike ride. See ya. Take care, everybody.